Hey, just coming in before the VOD real quick. A lot of internet trouble this time around, so apologies. There's going to be a couple of cuts. On to the VOD!
The lever, Kronk.
We're here!
Wrong lever, Kronk.
Yeah, this is the wrong lever. It's fine.
Wrong lever.
Woot woot.
Hey,
It's
is
like
stream
that
there?
sometimes.
Is chat there?
Chat is...
Alyssa, are you there?
Technically, I guess. I don't
Chat.
know if they're in the chat yet.
Alyssa.
All the
Alyssa.
chat. All
Alyssa
Our
and
one
Joe.
fan.
Alyssa,
only
Joe,
been
and
2
Teresa.
minutes.
We have 3 fans. They're a
have
family of
3 fans?
3.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
Alyssa, Joe, and Teresa.
They all watch.
My
Yeah.
bass player Courtney actually watches from time to time.
Oh, that's awesome.
My old
So,
boss watches.
people in my
But
band.
also, Alyssa's my favorite because she was a Darien fan. So
That's right.
There you go.
That's fair. That's fair.
now we need to find the Ruma fans, and then they'll be my new favorites.
I'm still rocking with the Prince Safarin crew from season 1.
Season 1.
Uh,
Hey, when you think about it, with the number of episodes we have now, we have like multiple seasons of a show, considering what shows are like 10 to 15 episodes now.
Yeah,
Or
sure.
1/2 of 1/4 of a season of One Piece.
Or what Nerdy just said.
Yep. Half of a quarter, or 1/8 if you're good at math.
Nope.
That is a lot of ones.
No.
This bold, right out there, right
No.
off.
Not good at math. I like the more complicated version
Hey.
where you just say random numbers and you let someone else do the math.
Until it's done. That's the American way.
That's right.
If I can't do it on my phone,
That's right.
my calculator app, nothing.
You think
Can't
I'm gonna
do
go
it.
get a graphing calculator? You're out of your mind.
You have a
And-
graphing calculator essentially here.
No, you never turn it sideways. You
What?
only keep it the simple.
Don't even tell me. I didn't
They-
even know that's a thing.
They got
Hold on.
like sine, cosine. There's all sorts
Yeah.
of craziness.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you turn
on
it
the
sideways.
calculator.
Yeah.
Yep.
blasphemy.
Yeah, you never need one of those fancy like graphing Texas Instrument calculators that costed your parents like $150.
Yeah.
It's
On
a
your
free
phone.
app on
Free
your
app.
phone.
Cool.
Yep.
Your phone can do it now.
Yeah, free app.
I refuse to do that ever again.
Also,
That's right.
websites, desmos.com. That's a free graphing calculator right there as well.
Wolfram
think
Alpha
middle-
will do your math homework for you.
Oh my gosh. My middle school algebra teacher owes me an apology. You're not always gonna have a calculator on you. We're
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
You do now.
Yeah,
How you
literally.
feel about that, Miss Cheryl?
We are fighting now. I didn't know that, but we're now in a fight.
Well, if there's one thing that you don't have all the time on yourself, it's Darby's Warlock powers. So why don't we jump into
Yeah.
that
Right?
section?
Yeah.
No, I
He
don't
doesn't
have
even
those
have them
anymore.
anymore.
He
Nope.
doesn't even know.
Civilian number 2.
Yeah.
Civilian number
I'm just
2.
a dude that happens to be decent
a
with
hat.
cards now. Yeah. Dude in a
You
hat
may
that
not
knows
even
how to
be
play
decent at
cards.
That could have been Gamar's thing. You don't know.
Yeah.
You haven't played.
It's like, what are
In your
these?
backstory, you are good at cards, so I can't
Yeah,
say
I,
that.
I am actually just good at cards.
So yes, I will go ahead and give us a quick recap, and we will jump right in because it is going to be, I believe, a kind of spicy session tonight.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, spicy,
So the
spicy,
party
spicy.
dealt room a trek
Probably
to
one
the
of
hag
these.
cave. They
There we go.
entered the cave. They just immediately started fighting the hags, or the hag, without talking at all, per usual. Nothing new there. And they slaughtered everything except for the hag, who very quickly began to beg for her life and explained to them that Granny Wu, the owner of the Westmire Inn in Grutters, is actually also a hag and was part of their coven. So the party was like, oh, and then they just killed the other hag, whose name is Little Sally. I don't know if she actually said what her name was because I don't think
Nope.
we gave her a chance.
Nope.
But now you know,
Oh.
and the audience knows. So if there's any lore questions about that in the future, it's Little Sally.
Ruma
And then they
chokes
stuck
Lantern
their
into a
body on a
fire pit.
fire and just let it like go up in flames. So this is a very, very visceral death. They headed back to Grutters and went back to the inn. Went to go deal with Granny Wu, and upon attacking her, she casted Plane Shift and GTFO'd out of there and vanished from everyone. And they were all just like, well, that was a thing. And now we own this inn, and now the Zafar Inn has branched, and it's beginning to franchise into Grutters.
Yes.
There are two Zafar Inns now, though it's technically not been renamed. Ruma and Sentinel, I believe, went to get food from the Hungry
Yes.
Dolphin, where they determined that Stan, the half-price salesman, had abducted another poor patron and locked him in the closet.
Rewatching the episode, I do have to say, I thought it was hysterical that everybody thought that the guy from Highwater who owned the original shop left Highwater, opened a restaurant, and Stan kidnapped him again. This is a different guy. It's just
I
Yes.
know it's a different guy, but I
But-
wanted it to be the
Yeah,
same guy.
it's
so
better
much.
if it's the same guy, in my opinion. That's so much funnier.
Stan is just victimizing this one dude.
Yeah, he's just torturing this one dude. That's so much more hilarious.
Anyways, they got an order of shrimp and grits
Yeah.
from Hugh.
I was
They
right.
brought it back.
Yeah.
Everyone ate shrimp and grits. And then there was this kind of where the juice began to happen from this session when Darby was summoned by Gamar, but not in like the subtle kind of like come to me in secret. It was like boom, door, and you're in the room with Dr. Watts too, who got to see this big magical door just
Yep.
appear out of nowhere. And he joined Darby into Gamar's bounty and got to meet Darby's patron and learn a little bit more about him and how he gets his powers, who this patron fellow of his is, and what he wants basically, which is money. All he wants is money. And
Yeah.
I believe it was all done in a sauna.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, with water elementals jumping on
Or the
fire
best
or whatever.
business
Killing
deals
people.
happen.
Yeah, all the good business deals happen in saunas. The Russians know best there. So the other thing Gamar really wanted is he wanted money from Darby, but he really wanted to tell him that the Sickle and Sword Company are currently stationed outside of Grutters. You need to go talk to Lestat because I want you to. To remind everyone who Lestat is, he is the head of Sickle and Sword Company who has come to Grutters because Sickle and Sword invested a large amount of money in Mila's rocket, and they are coming to claim their rocket. So the party got spit back out, or I should say Jamie and Darby got spit back out. They went and told everyone what was going on. They had to convince Ruma in his bunny slippers to leave for the night and head off to the encampment, which they did. Upon getting there, the guard seemed to know that the party, or at least Darby, was coming. They led them back to Lestat. You, as a group, learned that this is not the Lestat, it's a Lestat, as there are 13 of them, and the true identity of this Lestat is Cyrano Lockhart, a direct replica of our good buddy Darby Lindell. Also, Gamar showed up and explained that he had Darby, or whoever Darby is supposed to be, as a child, and split him into two separate people, Darby and Cyrano, and each gave them incredible, horrific warlock powers. He sent Darby to an orphanage. He gave Cyrano to Sickle and Sword, or what was the start of Sickle and Sword, and allowed him to kind of work his way up in the ranks and gain power. Also, Gamar is the true face of Sickle and Sword, and the 13 Lestats that serve under him are simply underlings. This is an important meeting for Cyrano because he was hoping to welcome Darby back into the fold of the company, have him become the 14th Lestat, which, upon learning that Sickle and Sword plans to commandeer Grutters, steal Mila's rocket, and essentially kill and or subjugate the people there for their business purposes, ultimately refused them, which Cyrano was not happy about. And Gamar was not necessarily unhappy, but he was willing to take Darby's powers from him. And as Darby finds himself without his powers, that is where we will begin our session once I get some music going. And I don't believe I missed anything.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Nothing stands out to me that would have been missed.
All right. Let me know if that's playing. My thing's being slow. Hope I don't even think it came in.
Nope,
Don't hear
there's-
anything.
Yeah, there's no bot in here.
Technical difficulties.
It's been a
Yeah,
weird.
no bot in here.
There
There
we
we
go. Oh, whoa! All these new buttons.
I know. Look at this. Like, stop it.
Wow.
That's cool. Updates to the bot. That's neat.
Oh, speaking of which, I need to jump on
Darby,
Jeez.
as Gamar snaps his fingers, and with everyone kind of watching what's going on, though they do not see anything, you see it all. You feel it all. It feels as though your insides, every organ that makes up your body, has been grabbed hold of by a tight fist and yanked forward, bashing up against your bone structure, your muscle, your skin, and then released. But a very small but powerful piece of it has been sapped from you. And you can feel it almost like it's wafting away like water evaporating off a lake from your body and sucking back into Gamar. As this energy is sapped from you, you begin to feel incredibly lightheaded, very weak, and it becomes difficult to stand.
Yeah, Darby would probably drop at least to his knees.
Darby, you drop to your knees. The rest of you see this happen to your party member simply off a single snap from this Gamar person.
I would go over to Darby and, basically be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'll try to kind of like grab like underneath his like arm to kind of like let him know I'm here to lift himself up when he's ready. I'm not just gonna hoist him back up immediately, but
Oh, that's a doozy. Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
you able to stand?
In a moment, I'm sure. Whew!
How's that feel, Darby? Feel good? You feel like your old self again?
In a sense, I suppose.
Oh, Darby. Oh, you made Daddy do it. You made him punish you. I don't like it, but sometimes you have to do it.
Just oh, it's
Just
not what he is.
gonna save that for later.
It's not what he is.
Another point in that column.
Yeah, okay. I'm assuming then we're done here.
Yes, Darby. Go on back to your games that you play. I will be giving Cyrano what was yours. Make him whole a bit again. And when we take Grutters, you can go back to your little inn and play your cards and make your money and live out the rest of your life as a common, average, whatever you are. Good luck, Darby. And when I mean good luck, I mean don't live too long.
Well, we can get out of here. We don't. We're good. And Darby will just somewhat start to stumble his way out while trying to like catch himself.
Yeah, I'll hoist him up and kind of stand behind him.
So with Arthur and Jamie kind of on each side of you supporting your weight, Darby, you're able to be dragged out of Lestat's tent. And when I say dragged, is you do not have the energy to walk yourself out of there right now. You guys are now outside of Lestat's tent. The guard that brought you there is waiting, and they kind of escort and usher you out of the encampment, almost giving you the boot as you walk through where like the wooden fences are. Their attitudes are sort of, don't come back. Best get yourselves out to Grutters if you know what's good for you.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
in a- You're now outside of Lestat's and the Sickle and Sword Company encampment.
You should go back to the inn and figure stuff out.
That's
Back to the
probably a good
inn,
idea.
or should we go up to the manor to let the vampire lord know that his town's gonna be laid siege if he's not aware already?
I don't think Darby's in the position to be trouncing about.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
If the attack happens any second.
Yeah, I will.
Seems
They
okay.
did say. One thing I did not note in our recap, but they did say it was happening tomorrow night.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of time.
we have a day.
Okay.
Not even a full day.
Yeah, back to the inn. That's a good idea.
So, supporting Darby, you guys truck back to the Westmire Inn, perhaps a mile away. It doesn't take you that long to get there. And as you bust down the front door, Darby, where would you like to be escorted? To bed? Are you going to try to tough it out? What is on your mind right now?
Uh, Darby's definitely going to try it to tough it out. Though at the very least, probably start leaning up against the walls and stuff just to keep him supported.
I guess I should ask Arthur and Dr. Watts, where do you take Darby?
If he's gonna mention to a wall, I'm at least gonna put him in a chair. I'm not gonna have him stand.
Yeah, I would probably do like a medicine check on him at some like do the whole like
Yep. So
do your dig, do the eye stuff.
yep. No need for a medicine roll, Dr. Watts, since it's a relatively routine procedure. But he's totally okay. Medically explaining such a sudden fatigue, you would sooner expect an acute illness or like a weird condition, but obviously this is something far beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
No matter if you want to accept it or not. Oh, yeah, that doesn't feel great. All right. Well, I don't know what our plan is anymore. I don't even know what my own plans are at this point.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, but at least you don't have to be this guy's,
Bitch.
you know, his
No, that's
gentleman of the night anymore. That's kind of nice.
not what it was, but
I mean,
sure.
okay,
You know,
but
you asked earlier, Dr. Watts, why I need power, right?
I mean, yeah, I did.
Would you like to know what my conversation with Sue was about? It's related.
Sure thing. Yeah, no, please. At this point, any secrets that we all might need to be divulging.
I
Should
figure
come-
now that I'm basically unable to do anything, it's probably a good time to just disclose it all.
Mhm.
And now that he can't hear or anything, as far as I'm aware at least, he has no knowledge of what I'm saying anymore.
That's kind of nice.
The
Yeah,
plan...
'cause you'd be a secret party member.
Yeah, well, in my defense, I didn't entirely know he was doing it. I kind of figured he'd be too busy. I didn't know at the time that he was an Archon. Didn't learn that until much sooner. But the plan was to take his place. That's why I needed his power, so I could
Usurp him?
assume his role and take
That is-
over the bounty.
That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous thing to try and do.
Well, according to Sue, it can be done, just extremely difficult. And,
Can be and should be are two very different things.
well, as far as I'm concerned, if there was a chance, that's all I needed.
Okay.
But without any power whatsoever, it's going to be very difficult to do anything of the sort.
I mean, I don't have magic powers, and I'm doing just fine. Most people don't have magic powers, and they seem to be functioning pretty well.
Yeah, but when you devote a good chunk of your life to having magic powers, and all of a sudden you don't have them, it's a real hindrance.
Almost as if magic is some sort of crutch.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd say
Let's
crutch.
before we get into any deep philosophical questions that aren't going to help Darby in his moment of crisis here, I'm far less concerned about you getting your magic powers back, and I'm far more concerned about what else was just revealed to you in that room, because that was kind of a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, that's very true. There are more
Well.
than one was that, which makes sense.
Yeah, considering the fact that me and you weren't made immediately.
Yeah.
And then the fact that you are one half of a whole being.
I'm honestly not quite sure what's going on with that either.
I mean,
I've
you're
tried to find information on my parents in the past, but they don't seem to appear anywhere. So I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea what happened.
There's some sort of like I said, you are physically and by all other contexts a complete person. I have
Right.
unfortunately had the opportunity to examine enough of you all to know that you're all one being, at least as far as your organs are concerned.
Right.
Though I will say that Dusk Elves are a little bit of a rarity, even in the medical profession.
Yeah, but to be split in two like that by an Arcan just for fun, like
The concept of the wildly powerful beings doing just random stuff for whatever their own shits and giggles is kind of the bit.
Yeah,
Um,
no. For him, that sounds on
that
par.
I understand, but I guess more or less those stories are in myth. I've never had one directly personally affect somebody to such a degree.
No, it's definitely strange. I'm still not even entirely sure how to process that, but there's really not much. I mean, it is what it is. That's just the situation.
So Ruma's gonna cut off Darby like almost at the very end. He gets his full word out, but Ruma's gonna come up. He looks like he's been thinking for a minute. And he'll just say, "What is an Archon?"
Oh, right. You weren't there for that. So, effectively, there's what, 8 of them, if I remember correctly, and they're basically the things that created the entire universe, is my understanding. One way of thinking of it. Ultimate powerful
were-
cosmic beings, however you want to interpret that.
Was the goddess an Archon?
no,
There's
Uh,
7
there's-
Archons.
7,
There's-
okay, not 8, but
No,
I suppose.
no, I
no,
believe she was given power by the Archons. Is what Sue
if
described
I
to us.
remember correctly, yeah, that sounds about right. She was
So
given the
you-
power, but was not truly one.
You were
No.
formerly a god?
I guess in that sense.
Don't give him that ego lift. No,
I can handle it.
He was the pet project
Yes,
of.
I wouldn't necessarily say I was a
God.
god. I was in the same position as the goddess, to
Think
an
of it like
extent.
so. Your power comes from your piety, your oath to who you believe to be your deity. His is more a personal physical contract he signed.
Yes.
I will get this in exchange for this. Much more nefarious, much more one-sided.
Interesting.
I would like to note as well, all of the inn's money is fine and safe. That was never a part of the deal. Just
Well,
making
that's
sure no one
Yeah.
thought I was siphoning funds. The deal was
I
my
wouldn't-
money,
I
not
wouldn't
the
have
inn's
thought.
money.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm just making sure it's clear. There was no siphoning of funds from the Zafar.
Because now would be the perfect opportunity to kill you for it if I
Alright.
felt so inclined.
That's why I'm making sure it's out there. I
And
had
I'm
to
glad
work
we
some
all-
loopholes to get that to be the case. He wanted it real
Glad that
bad.
we're all on the same page as well, that the goddess is not really a thing. And I can do the I told you so dance later on. After we figure out
I
what
don't
we're-
think the big
Arthur's
band
gonna
is
kind of like
bad.
pat like Jamie like on the shoulder like ixnay on the
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't-
mentioning over like leaning over to Ruma.
No,
Dude, I don't
and
think
I'll
I'm
look
letting
at
go
I'll
here.
look at Dr. Watts and I'll go, so is what they're saying not true then? There is no supreme Archon giving the gods power?
No.
Well,
There's no one supreme archon giving anybody power.
He just received power from an Archon, did he not?
lost the power, but yes, I was receiving it from an Archon.
Then I do not see any reason to believe the goddess was not real.
I mean, they were just a person. But okay.
A
Yeah,
person
which-
that was probably given power by an Archon.
As
but
is Darby,
we know
just a
that.
person. What is your point, Dr. Watts?
Worshipping a person is never a good idea.
I don't worship a person, I devote my life to their ideals that I find just.
That's
Do you not know
Noble.
anybody that you believe in?
Okay. I mean, there is a structural, societal difference between a person being like, this person's a cool person, and entire religions being formed around the concept of what this person might have said thousands of years ago.
Regardless
But-
of if you find worshipping them to be morally just, you have to acknowledge that she existed, much as Darby exists after receiving power from an Archon.
You know, he kinda has
Regardless
a-
of my worship being morally just in your mind, she is and was a real person.
That's still kind of a thing that people have said so far. We have yet to meet this person, but I will posit that the idea that somebody was given a lot of power from one of these 7 people, and people decided to fawn over them, is very, very plausible.
People who do just things for the betterment of the world deserve admiration, Dr. Watts. I hope you can see that in somebody one day. It's a good feeling to admire others. And Rumel just kind of step back out of the conversation now, thinking about all this Archon nonsense that I'm sure he's never heard anything about before.
Man, that is the
Yeah.
most I've ever heard Rumor talk. Alright, well,
All love thinking about nice people. That being said, there's a lot of nice people that are going to be murdered soon. So, what's
That's
the
true.
thought process here, people?
well, we at least have to make sure the Duke knows.
Yeah.
And is ready.
This town's greatest defense are its 2 vampires.
Yep.
That I don't see either of them coughing up the 200,000 gold that
So,
he's owed. So
Yep.
Lestat's owed. I also don't think the town evacuating in a day is very plausible either.
No.
And that's even if they wanted to. I don't see this town being one like, oh, we'll just up and leave.
I
And then
think
there's a funky bash happening tomorrow night. Of course
Yeah.
they're not going to up and leave.
Well, and they believe they're protected by a vampire, and that gives a lot of people confidence. So we need to figure out how to keep these people safe. Because if this is going to be a bloodbath, regardless of this being the real Lestat or Lestat the Eighth, they don't tend to leave innocent people, children, whatnot, alive.
Darby,
Yes.
has Gudamar been known to get into combat and battle?
Not that I know of.
Then the
I don't
Duke will
really
be able
see
to
him that
handle
much.
this with fair warning. We must warn the Duke, and he should be fine.
I mean, there's no saying that he won't, but
And I
he's
don't
more of
fear
the
for
sit back
Jared
and take the
Duke.
money kind
Yeah,
of
I fear more for the innocent townspeople. Lestat made it pretty clear that
He
killing
wants
the
this
Duke
town
and his
burned to the
daughter
ground.
isn't enough. Making
I'm
an
s-
example.
What I'm saying is the Duke and his daughters seem to appreciate this town and
Yeah.
all the people living within it. We give the Duke proper notice. He can go meet Lestat on his grounds. Keep the battle away, and we've seen he is more than powerful enough to handle himself.
Right. Now that's sound logic.
Well, yeah, that would work. I don't know how well it would work, but it would at least
Yeah,
work.
it just depends on whether or not the Duke is willing.
Yeah.
We will convince him.
Jamie, you look like you're passing a kidney stone there.
I just, I hate to be the fly in the soup here.
No, or
Is
just
there?
spitting
Do
on
we
ideas.
feel any ethical? Do we have any ethical dilemma about sticking an undead horror on people who couldn't possibly do anything about it? I mean, Lestat's men are powerful, but they're just people.
They're just people that want to burn this town to the ground
They
and kill
signed
everyone
up
in
with
it.
sickle and sword. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're about to.
I don't know if they're really the morally high ground here.
You know what, Jamie?
Oh,
I see what
not
you're
wrong.
saying. So
I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
we might be able to convince the Duke to give them an opportunity, like kind of like you afford some of the ne'er-do-wells we come across. If the Duke says, "I'm about to murder all of you," for all of you not interested in being murdered, you can leave. And then if they stay, then that's their choice. You've given that talk a number of times to some of the people that we come across.
Yeah, that I think is probably the best move at this point. Like I'm not really like, I mean, like, undead in and of itself is kind of a big problem. One of the big things of why we're doing what we're doing.
I
But
agree.
at the same time, sickle and sword, they did know what they signed up for. I just wanted to make sure we understood what that meant.
No, I don't disagree. There's no harm in asking the Duke if he'll do that.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, then, if that's the case, then that's the best we could do. This is his town, and if he's gonna defend it, he's gonna defend it. What about the rocket?
That's my question. I'd
What
assume
about it?
Mila would come to defend the town too if she knew what was going on. So hopefully the Duke can get her ear. I
Maybe
don't
hide it,
presume.
because he doesn't know where it is. Lestat doesn't know where the rocket. Well, of course he knows where the rocket is now
Yeah.
because Darby saw it.
Right. So he does know where it's at. But my thing is he's not looking to take
Possibly.
the rocket until he makes an example of the town. Now it's more so how I'd operate a company. It's rather about the goal and it's more about the message. And he's blinded by the message he wants to send. So we have time. The rocket's not going anywhere until he kills Mila and the Duke and the town.
Well, then let's go talk to the Duke then. Darby, can you?
Can you walk?
I can try.
At this point, Darby, you've regained enough of like your senses to be able to function normally again.
'Cause if not, we can put you up on Sentinel. I'm sure you wouldn't mind.
I think I'm okay. I should be fine.
You
Okay.
sure? I always got a seat for you, Darby.
I've got the staff if I need. I'll
He pulls out
a
his
small
Darby labeled saddle and takes off the Arthur saddle.
His
All right.
chocobo saddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Chocobo.
I don't know if that actually sounds like the Chocobo theme or not that I was doing, but
Close enough.
There's
I'd
so many
play it,
different
but we
ones.
probably get copyrighted. So,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is one of
Definitely
the
on
bad
that one.
ones.
all
Final
right, so you guys
Fantasy
are
music
gonna
is a
go
nightmare to do.
and talk to Duke Seymour.
Yeah.
It is very late at night. It's like 2 in the morning at this point, maybe 3 in the morning. But fortunately, they're vampires. They don't need really to sleep. So you guys kind of head off. You make your trip to the north there towards the Duke's mansion. And upon stepping up to the front door, you're right there. You're at the big front door where you entered when you went through that whole ordeal, just the other day.
Hello.
Give it a knock.
Yeah.
Right, you give it a quick knock. You wait a couple minutes, and the door opens, and the butler, Cosmos, is there. Ah, good friends. Oh, it's a little late, don't you think?
Or early.
Or
Depending on who
early,
you
that
are.
is very true. The master has not yet finished your map piece yet. He's still working on it. He needs another day, most likely.
That's fine. We need to talk to him anyways.
Yeah, we've got another urgent matter.
All right, very well. He is in his study with his daughter and her fiance. I will take you there.
Perfect.
Oh, how nice. They're bonding.
So Cosmos lets you in, and he takes you up the grand staircase to the left, and you walk through the Duke's office and into the back into the foyer, which has been relit up after you guys put the fire out and made it all creepy and stuff. And Mila, Boris, and the Duke are all in there, and they seem to be playing a game of some type. There are all these colored circles on the ground, and they spin a little spinner, and it points at a certain color, and they have to touch the color. And you hear the Duke go, I got the red foot, or the right foot to the red circle now. Look at me go. This is like dancing. This is so much fun. Duke, sir, your map piece bearing friends are here with a urgent matter to appear. I'm going to go back and attend to my things now, but and he just turns around and leaves, not really sure what to make of really any of this right now. People showing up at 3 in the morning, the Duke playing Twister. It's all very much for him. Ah, my friends! It is good to see you. Have you come to play Colored Circle Touch the Body Part 2? This is the most fun game that I had found in my journeys.
We are not here to play Twister.
No, unfortunately, we are not.
Oh, that is a shame. Well, surely you must have come for some reason. I was just talking to Mila about you guys. You're all right in my book.
Well,
That's
we're glad you
great.
say that now.
Yeah. We're about
super-
to be a little not all right with the information we have for you.
Bah! There is nothing you could say that would grind my gears, as they say.
How about the Sword and Sickle Company planning on burning your entire village to the ground tomorrow?
You jest to me. They would not dare. There
Uh,
are 2 fully capable vampires here to defend the place.
yeah, that's
they
a good
do
thing.
understand that. Yeah, they do understand that you're here. They want to make an example of the innocent people of your town.
Hearing that, Mila kind of steps away from the colored circles on the ground, and she approaches. Wait, you're saying you talked to Sickle and Sword?
A little out of our
We were more or less
request,
summoned,
but,
yeah.
Why?
Obligations.
Okay, whatever. So you're telling me that Sickle and Sword is planning on coming here with that big encampment they have out there tonight?
Tomorrow night.
Well,
I guess it would be
technically
tonight. 'Cause
yes,
it's
but
2 in the morning. So yes, tonight.
Semantics.
Fine, whatever. That asshole. You know, they brought the entire army with them, and I didn't think they were actually going to do anything about the entire army, because shows of force are so last century. But fine. If they want to do this, fine. We'll go ahead and do it. What do you think, Dad? Do you think we can rough up a few lackeys, take on a few swords, bash in a few skulls? Well, I do not know, Mila. It has been quite a few centuries since I have kind of whipped out the big guns, than really serving the community with these thick dance moves and not necessarily this tight bod, if you know what I'm saying.
No.
Well, I'm sure the dancing has kept you quite fit.
I will say that it has been wonderful, the glutes. The ladies love a tight ass, if you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
You do.
Well, really,
there
of
we
all
go.
the people, there you
The
go.
wonders never cease, everybody.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Oh man.
Ignore my father's whatever he's talking about.
Sure thing.
What exactly did Lestat tell you? He's coming to the town. He's burning it down. He's destroying the rocket. What is he doing?
Well, he wants the rocket. The rocket
He's
is
not
is
destroying
paying
it. He's reclaiming it. But
Yeah, because
everything
he
else
doesn't
is correct.
have it. He's making an example of your town. He plans on raising it, killing everybody here, and taking his rocket back because you didn't make it for the reason he wanted it, or
You didn't
it's not
complete it
ready
in
when he
time.
wanted it, and some other reason. He knows you're not doing what he paid you to do, and he's pissed. And so now it's less about the rocket and more about making an example.
Oh no. I think it is as much about the rocket as it is making an example. All he's talked about is that rocket whenever they've sent their little envoys here. They ain't gonna just pass that thing up. Well, I could always go over there and gut him right now, I guess. A little bit of a covert operation.
I don't think that will help.
No, you're probably
Unfortunately,
right.
Killing this Lestat isn't going to stop Lestat from coming.
That's another major thing that they said.
That
There is not just one Lestat.
Wait, so 2 Lestats? So you got twin brother?
He has 13, I think, in
Although
total.
twin brother is
Well-
somewhat accurate as well, actually.
Essentially, it's a moniker. That's why they wear masks.
After this is all said and done with, I'll treat us all to tea and crumpets, and we can talk all about Lestat's family lineages and the makeup of their 500 management positions that they've decided to fill their company with.
Yeah, well, it's
Sounds
kind of
good
an
to me.
interesting subject, honestly.
Well, Mila, you were telling me the other day that the rocket was almost done. Now, if that thing was there in the air, do you think that Lestat would be able to take hold of it if she was, flying like a bird?
Not probably not, but that seems to defeat the purpose.
That
Solves
is
the
a-
problem, him not taking the rocket, but then wouldn't that just be like, okay, I can't have
Yeah,
it,
that's
now
just
everybody's dead?
abandoning the town. Yeah.
That is a good point. I could launch the rocket. It still needs like a day's worth of work. But the rocket is designed to partially burn up into the atmosphere after it reaches a certain point. So you guys saw that big tube? That whole thing. Yeah, just the top part is meant to survive the journey. The rest of it just blows up in the launch.
Seems sort of wasteful, but sure.
Okay.
Okay.
It really is like a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very much like a gun. If we launch the rocket, all of Lestat's, everything, his investment, his desire for Grutters, all of it, goes up in smoke.
Right,
Okay.
I'm following. He will lose his investment, but typically when somebody invests a lot of money and they lose said money, not doing what they want it to do, they aren't apt to just go, "Oh, well, guess I'll try again," and leave. They're
I'm pretty
much more
sure-
likely to, "I'm going to kill everything in sight because I'm angry now."
Yeah, that's going to anger him more than if you just left the rocket here.
And I'm pretty sure he said that he didn't care whether the rocket was finished or not at this
Correct.
point. So he'll just take whatever parts of the rocket that he can get his hands on at this point.
Well, that's the best part about it. About 90% of the rocket is destroyed in the final thing, even if he were to claim the pieces that fell back down to the ground and got the cockpit and kind of gathered it all together and tried to re-put the whole thing back together. I'd give him fraction, a fraction of a fraction chance that Sword Sickle could figure that out.
Okay. So he doesn't
Well-
get the rocket. You launch it, he doesn't get the rocket. How does that help the townspeople?
It helps the townspeople because I will be there to assist them out. Boris, you were telling us the other day that the townspeople are, they are feisty. I have seen it in them before. They have mad dance moves. And if someone can dance, they can also wield a sword and fight, too.
That
I can't.
is the most untrue statement.
I don't know if I believe that myself. But
I would kind of consider my fighting similar to or akin to dance, but Jamie's not wrong. It is one to be a trained dancer and one to be a trained fighter.
And a trained killer.
Yeah,
Remember,
more importantly,
Yeah, fairness.
killing it on the dance floor is not the same as killing it in the battlefield.
Let's think of it this way.
Okay.
Lestat wants the town, and Lestat wants the rocket. We've established that already.
And that's pretty clear.
If my father and the townspeople can somehow funnel or distract or redirect Lestat's people to the rocket, and we take the rocket off, there isn't any more prize for them anymore. And a large chunk of them are trapped down in that bunker. Are you following me?
So we use the rocket as bait.
Exactly.
Okay, no, that makes a little bit more sense.
Seems like the least amount of loss of life. If we just
That's a
put it
good way to
down.
look at it. We redirect a large number of Lestat men down into the launch chamber. We blow the entrance. We take off with the rocket, and there's nowhere for them to go unless Sickle and Sword surrenders. And the rocket's gone. So what reason do they have to fight anymore?
That is a
I like that.
pretty good plan, actually.
Yeah, well, no, that actually works better than expected.
So our goal is to lead them to the well entrance when you're ready to take off.
Perhaps. No, I would rather you guys be with me where the rocket is and defend it, because they're going to try to take it from me. It's not done. I have things I have to do to finish the rocket. But once it's done, I will be immediately able to take it off. And if we all get in it and launch the rocket, they will be trapped in there. And you all out with me in the rocket.
I'm down for being in the rocket.
I like
to
that
where?
Yeah, where exactly do we go?
To the moon.
To space.
Yeah, it will break the 4 atmospheres. We will float just above the top of the Elysian atmosphere. The rocket will cast a fireball, launching us or propelling us back down into the atmosphere, where we will crash into the Goddess Lake. Oh, but when I mean crash, I more mean have a nice, soft, parachuted landing. At least that's what all of the numbers have told me.
Won't we crash into the sky though?
Oh, sweetie.
That's also
There's
what
a lot more beyond the sky.
Crash into the sky.
Beyond the sky.
The
Yes, there's-
stars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna see stars. You're
Well, I see stars every time the sun goes down.
Yeah,
Okay, think of
that's
it this
like
way.
a normal thing that
We-
happens.
Arthur. You look like a man who liked marbles when he was a child.
Ah,
Sure.
Okay. You know a marble.
Yeah.
circle, yay big. Think of Elyssia as a marble.
Okay.
We are going like a bug, hop off the marble, and there's going to be all these other marbles around you. And then we're going to hop back into the marble. Does that make sense?
Yes. I guess my question, and it may not be something I can understand, is aren't we in the marble though? How does something?
are.
How does a bug inside the marble break through the wall of the marble to get outside of it to then hop back in? The rocket's gonna explode when it hits the glass.
Does anyone here have the ability to cast Fireball?
Nope.
That's a shame. Right now, sitting underneath my rocket ship is about 5,000 Fireball spells, capable of propelling that bitch straight up into the air and to break the top of the marble.
But we would just come back down at the bottom of the world. There wouldn't be anything there.
Oh, my sweet summer childs.
You know what?
You
I'm
are
gonna let you handle this part because this is not
this
something
is
I'm
well
going to
beyond our
understand.
She's like
wheelhouse.
patting both of your shoulders right now, like caringly. She's just like,
There's like blood dripping from like Arthur's nose.
I've decided that Dr. JP thinks the world is flat.
He's so flat Earth.
Clearly.
No.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah,
As far
well,
as
that's what I'm saying. It's like the sky is like a dome to Arthur. It's like you just
Yeah,
hit the
yeah.
dome and come back down.
we'd come back this way and just be at the bottom of the world, and that doesn't make any sense to me.
We're gonna drill
Going-
through into the goddess lake? No, we're gonna drain all the water.
No, water out.
Yeah.
you know what? Let me think about the big numbers, and
Yep.
you guys think about stabbing people. How does that sound?
Great. I just need you to
Sure.
guarantee that we're gonna make it when we go to
Wherever.
space,
Space.
as you called it.
My numbers don't lie to me.
That's good enough for me.
Sure. You know what? I've trusted in
Hey, you're a
worse
gambling
odds.
man, Darby.
Yeah, I've trusted worse odds.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh.
Boris, I hope you're ready to pull an all-nighter because we have a rocket to finish. You guys do what you do best and do what you do. And Mila and Boris immediately make a beeline out of the Duke's
I'm gonna say, like,
foyer.
I'm starting to think that getting inside of an untested thing with a creature that can't die might have been a bad thought process.
But hey, you know what? She's probably gonna load Boris into that thing, and if she's confident in saving her fiance,
Yeah.
and then I go to, but then I go to Jamie. I'm like, yeah, but she could always just turn him at the last minute and save his life as well.
Yeah. But
Isn't
alright.
my daughter the smartest vampire in all the land?
Yes,
Yes.
but that brings us to you. I guess your role will be to distract and bring the Sword and Sickle Company down the well entrance when it's time.
We will talk to the mayor of the town, explain the situation, rally the troops, you could say. This is going to be like the Great Revolt from 2,000 years ago, back in my old country when they tried to overthrow me and I slit all their throats and drained their blood into the pools. But that was 2,000 years ago.
Oh, well.
But much less
More.
Bee Gees then.
It's significantly less Bee Gees. I was very much less staying alive back then. I have ascended to a higher power at this moment in time.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, that's
So I
a
have
higher-
noticed something a bit different about the group. Darby, there is something very different about you as I stand there. Did you get a haircut?
You could say that, I suppose.
Metaphorical haircut.
Yeah.
His magical hairs were cut.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a significant reduction of muscle within you.
Well, you know, that tends to happen when you don't stay active.
Tell me what happened. What can the Duke do for you?
Well, let's just say I broke a contract, and now I'm going to probably
Die.
Yeah, I'm probably going to die in the
Well,
coming
that
day.
That is incredibly lame to say.
Yeah,
You're
well,
the one who bested me in the dance-off.
for that.
Someone who bested me in the dance-off cannot die. I must best them back. It will be an unfulfilled pact for me.
Thanks,
There
that's
is
right.
rumor, this contract that you break, it was with powerful beings that gives you much energy, I assume.
Don't know how you would assume or come to a conclusion, but that is correct.
Yeah,
on,
it
let's
is
be
because
honest,
I
he
have
probably-
given
yeah.
pacts in the past many years ago,
Okay, no, that's
granted
fair.
the incredible necrotic vampiric powers to people. Ugh, it is too much hassle for me now. I have grown far too old for it. Do not ask. I will not become packmaker with you. It is too messy. But if you are looking for a quick burst of power, there is supposedly a dark and evil entity that lives out in the woods. It is one of the reasons that the beasts in this area have become so rabid with energies, capable of sucking out the souls of the living. I wish it just came from me. I am quite a powerful vampire, but even I could not do that.
Are you talking about that elephant that was out there? I was just chilling.
What is elephant?
That was quite a while away, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I thought that was. I remember that being like really close to when we got.
It was
I
actually
thought it
pretty
was
far
on the way
away.
here.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
it was like a week out though, I think, from when
Yeah,
we got
no,
there.
it was a while
It is a
away.
very large land animal.
Yeah.
I see. I have not heard of it before. So if this
Big
elephant
trunk.
is of energy of pure evils, then perhaps it is similar to what I talk about.
I don't think it's pure
think it's
evil,
the
but
elephant.
that'd be a pretty interesting pact that you'd have there.
Yeah,
I
actually.
mean,
You could call it your pactoderm.
Actually, my great evil warlock patron is this elephant. It has
Is
large ears
Dumbo.
and an evil trunk.
And it
quit.
can fly.
Just FYI, I quit. The pachyderm, I'm out. I'm out, everybody. It's been a good run.
It's
I
my
can't do it.
warlock pachyderm
Golly,
with
that's the
Dumbo the
funniest
elephant.
thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
That's so good.
It's just the pack.
I was like, this is genius.
Oh no.
That's so good. Oh, dumb. I love it.
Just an elephant.
An elephant pack.
An
All right.
eldraphant.
Yeah.
Eldraphant. The Eldraphant pack. Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Don't break your pactoderm.
Ugh.
You guys
Oh,
say
man.
such silly things
Yeah.
sometimes that
Yes,
it
yes.
brings me much joy. Supposedly there is some old ruins out within the woods that you went when you went to deal with those displacer beasts that I had put a bounty on. It is supposedly hidden from the eyes of the mortals. But you have proven to me that you can do some pretty crazy shit, so you might be able to find it. And supposedly there lies a being of such incredible powers that even you, Darby, might be able to take some of it for yourself if they are willing to give it. But you may have to brave the most terrible, ear-shattering, blood-curdling creature that you've ever seen within your life. Something that even I would fear to see. Could you do that to reclaim your power?
I don't seem to have much of a choice now, do I?
No, if it's power coming from a super evil being that sucks the souls out of people, would that inherently make Darby corrupted? Like, would it affect him in any way?
Ah,
I
I don't
into that.
I don't know. I gave power to people and they didn't become evil. I mean, at least I don't think so. I never checked in with them. I just gave them their powers and let them go on their way.
That seems super, super ethical.
Ruma
It was
pretends that
Yeah,
incredibly
but it sounds
unethical.
way better than the pact I had before, actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Are we
Ruma
forgetting?
pretends to remember
is this
the
little
tale.
Is it little Sally with the hag we already killed?
Little Sally? Pfft. If you think of that, you might as well go make pact with Squirrel out there.
Ooh, Darby, that's a good idea.
Well, you know, I didn't think
Go
about it.
back.
Chippers the squirrel could use a new patron.
No, you were gonna say something. You've been pretty quiet tonight. What's up?
Yeah, you know, jokes aside, the last time we had someone we knew made got some powers, some from some fancy forest beasts. He wanted to eat people
Thank you.
that we know. So, just keep that in mind, Darby. I know you're anxious to get your powers back, and you got big plans for taking over some fancy sauna world. But just please don't want to eat me.
You have the opportunity to take over a land filled with saunas? What is this? I need to get in on this ship.
Well, it's not really filled with saunas. It just happens to be one there. More so filled with gambling.
Yeah,
And
I
I
really,
guess
I'd really
pirate
prefer not to have
combat?
to
I don't know
kill
what's up
you,
with that.
Darby.
Yeah, it's where his pimp lives.
It's not a pimp, but sure.
Well,
It's
to
his-
each
no, it's
their
not
own,
his
I
pimp.
guess.
It's not his pimp. It's his daddy. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
He talked about looking for his parents. I mean, he found his daddy. So
it's not accurate.
Oh, Sentinel. All right. So I think what you're trying to say is you're gonna go talk to the mayor, and then we are going to get set up in the rocket room to get ready for the stuff.
Unless
That sounds
Darby
like-
wants to go take out this ultimate evil thing.
I mean, I don't know if you guys understand exactly what I've lost here.
I get it. And
He'll
my thing
flick
is,
his
I'm
wrist, and you'll see nothing appear in his fingers.
Mhm.
There's normally a card there, right?
Oh yeah, probably. I just
Yeah.
assumed that you just like pulled them out of your pocket.
No, those
Wait,
aren't
don't
real
you have-
cards. If you thought those were real cards, I'd be going through 1,000 decks, especially specifically the Ace of Spades every time. That's way too much.
I mean, I wondered where all your money was going.
That's what I
assumed it
assumed.
was all on
I went
cards.
to the patron, believe it or not.
Oh well. Okay.
trying
Do
to
you
be
have any
the-
other skills?
I have the Staff of Striking, and I'll create a small little firebolt in my hand. That's all you get right now.
You
That's
would
it.
risk your life for a replacement of your old power, even though you are alive and well today.
Let's think of it
Probably.
altruistically. If there's an
Honestly.
ultimate evil in the woods, Darby's just trying to do the town a favor. He's just trying to get rid of evil that exists in the world. Isn't that what
And
we're all about?
Take it for himself.
Exactly.
Well, that might be a side effect, Sentinel. But what does it matter if we get rich saving the world? That's kind of what our whole scheme has been.
The vampire, who
I
we
thought we were
are
just saving them.
the vampire we are trusting to handle Lestat and all of his men, is scared of this evil being.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you want to send somebody with no abilities, with a group that wouldn't be able to stand up to the vampire, to the enemy that he fears in the forest.
if it's what my friend
Guys,
wants,
making a lot of sense.
then yes.
Oh, well. We don't necessarily need to bring everyone, if that's the case.
Plus,
Oh, no,
the map
you just
piece
go
is
ahead.
here.
You just go ahead, Darby. Maybe do the thing with your
Mhm.
hand where nothing comes out.
I mean, I could use a little bit of help,
I like
on
that.
mine, just in case things go south.
Darby,
But Arthur will be dead serious for him. I goes, if it's what my friend wants, then yeah.
I have known you all for what, like 2 weeks? Was-
Yes.
That makes
I-
like maybe 2.5.
Dude,
I've known
maybe a
you all
month.
for a fortnight.
There you go.
#1 victory royale.
Oh.
Alright, anyway. Um,
Get out. Leave.
sorry. And while I have
No
come
chug
to know
jugging.
you all as friends, our ultimate goal is to end the beckonings. And this seems like a piss poor way to end that early.
This big dude's not wrong.
No, he could probably clobber me into next week.
That being said, I'm not super into a whole town being murdered.
And you'd also basically be fighting with
Oh,
4 of us and not 5 of us.
we don't need to head into the forest and deal with evil beings to defend this town.
That is also true.
If anything, we take some of the town's best fighters and take them out, and potentially make it easier for Lestat to take the town by risking our lives for evil power.
Again, there's just a lot of good points being made by this big guy here.
In a room, I'll
Ruma doesn't mean it to be heavy, but he puts his hand on your shoulder.
He goes, Darby, I am sorry you lost something important to you. But you must recognize this is an illogical move.
Well,
We make illogical moves all the time.
yeah,
though.
you know, Ruma. I don't know how much you are into gambling, but sometimes the illogical move is the winning move.
Well, let's handle this. Let's do this. We're all of sound thinking. Let's handle this like a group of sound people do. All those in favor of going into the ultimate evil in the woods and getting Darby potentially his power back, raise your hand.
Potentially dying.
And potentially dying, or
Well,
all those in favor of being a bunch of whiny babies and sitting in town and not doing that, raise your hand.
Well,
I was counting on you, Sentinel.
yeah, I thought it was too
hurt.
Sentinel. I understand
I'm
the fear,
hurt.
but
Team
Well-
Whiny Baby. Team Whiny Baby. Totally
Team
fine.
whiny baby. All right.
Sentinel.
Even time to go out into the woods. I mean, we've got
I got a day. Yeah.
less than a day. It's now
Maybe
probably
12
3 in the morning.
Oh, well, you know.
I've gotten
Why don't
into
you
much
just
worse
make-
situations
Why can't
in
you
less
just
than 12
get
hours.
a vampire guy to give you powers for just like the rest of the
He's
fight?
done it previously.
We know
said-
him,
he
and he
said he's
seems
too
like an
old.
alright dude.
He said no.
Oh.
Yeah, I do not want to do that. I've already done that before. I don't want to do it anymore.
Convince him.
Go
You're a
suck your
gambler.
powers out of some other faucet, you dirty bitch.
I mean, that's pretty convincing if you ask me. I don't want to anchor the vampire.
I mean, that was a lot more aggressive
I
than.
mean, the vampire's
Yeah,
scared of the
I
evil
love this
entity
dude.
that we are going to face.
I would
Well,
like to say that I am afraid of the evil entity, but I sort of talked the evil entity a bit up because I wanted it to sound cool and mysterious
See,
for you
that's
guys.
my thing. That's the next point I was gonna make. The Duke here is an unreliable narrator. When has anything he's ever told us been straightforward and accurate?
Hey, I would like to say is that John Travolta is one of the most fucking straightforward people you know, so you watch what you say, because I have based so much on what he has taught me.
Somehow I have a
no
feeling
idea who that
this
is.
John Travolta dude, just based on your style of dress, is the least amount of
Oh.
mystery that you need to be.
Completely based on the style of dress, thank you very much. He is a
Yeah.
man with true style and class.
okay,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
You know what? The
The
team
flair
did
for the
vote,
dramatic.
and I'm not gonna force anybody to do anything they don't want to. So they said they're not gonna go. They don't want to go. Darby, if you want to go into the woods, I'll help you.
it's not really a choice for me. I don't really get to choose here. Either I
Yes, you
am
do.
worthless and do nothing, and possibly even just straight up die tomorrow night, or I'd get some form of power and deal with the after effects when the time comes.
So you say with no power you are worthless and do
I'm
nothing.
feeling really weird about you saying this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not exactly my full strength. I'm incredibly weakened right now. There's not much I can do if a fight breaks
Engage
out.
in physical activity and lifting weights on a daily basis. That is how I gained my strength initially.
Oh,
That's,
we've
that's
got that
great,
much
Ruma.
time, right?
I've
We've
got
that
time to
time.
lift
We've
weights and
got
gain
that
all of the
time.
strength in the world.
I will point out that he
Bloody
is
rule,
a
though.
Goliath. This is necessarily true.
We don't have
Just
that kind of
be
time,
Goliath.
unfortunately, Ruma.
Why-
Sure,
You
exercise
don't need to be
and stuff
stronger
is-
by
is-
tomorrow, you need to live through tomorrow.
Well,
I mean, you can always just
I'm
lay
sure
down
I will. I'm
and
crafty.
eat and Rest.
Look, ultimately, whether you guys want to join or not isn't. It doesn't really matter. I'm going. There's no stopping that.
Wait, Darby, you're going to, within less than a few hours, going to make another lifetime decision.
That's how I make all
Hoping-
my lifetime decisions.
Yeah, well, you don't just snap choose
Without
your decision?
considering that there may be some other way that may be a little bit better than an ultimate evil, even if it's not ultimate evil, and John Travolta over here is exaggerating, that maybe we could find something else. I mean, lots of people have magic, and I would imagine, and some people don't, and are trained in other ways, that
Thank you.
I think we could find another way than just jumping into here. There's lots of people who don't have powers that are probably going to stand up to these guys tomorrow. And yeah, who are just regular, normal human beings. You got staff, you got magical stuff. You know, it could. You're not just. Maybe you're 3/4 of 1/4 of what you used to be, but we still need you, Darby.
I understand,
There's-
Sentinel.
There's literally so many reasons not to go.
I love
Oh,
Sentinel
yeah.
Beach. It's my favorite.
But walking into a big battle with 9 hit points doesn't sound like fun. So at least getting
Alright.
back to my normal HP would be
You
good.
don't need to be in battle tomorrow, Darby.
Oh, well,
We're not sending the entire town.
I suppose, but I mean, the plan is we're defending the rocket and are essentially being bait.
And you can sit near the rocket, very close to the rocket, and shoot some arrows or something.
We're back! My internet died again.
Technical difficulties.
Love to see
part
it. Love to see it.
14.
Know it.
Unfortunately, this time, the stream did not reconnect itself, so it will not catch itself up. But that is fine. I don't know when the transmission stopped. Actually, I know what I heard. I don't know what the stream heard.
Cool.
So let's get back to that. There we go. I was asked if if my mind has been changed. That is the last thing I remember. I don't know if that made it through to the stream. To which Darby will just pull out some random dice from his pocket and go, let's roll some dice here. Wow, no.
Oh, well. There you have it.
Look, I understand your guys' concerns, and you don't. There's a lot of reasons to not do it, but I'm gonna be honest. This is partially for selfish reasons.
What?
It's
I know.
only for selfish reasons.
You're not wrong. This helps further my own personal plans by getting it all back on track immediately, and I can deal with the
Gathering
repercussions
immense
later.
power beyond anyone's recollection and understanding for personal gain. Yeah.
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 Okay, well, be honest. Don't you trust me to at least prevent him from doing something too crazy?
Not when he's an ultimate being with immense power.
Would you like?
You think Darby's an ultimate being with immense power?
I
He's
appreciate
looking
the
for
compliment,
it.
Sentinel. I mean, you're not wrong. I am.
I mean, before he becomes an ultimate being with immense power. How about an immense being with ultimate power? No. Okay,
No.
sorry. Not
Ultimate
joking.
being with
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
that was actually clever. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna let you die, unfortunately.
Mm,
So it means that I'm gonna have, if you're gonna run off and wiggle your fingers and tip your silly hat at a being of ultimate evil, I will have to make sure you don't die and also get Arthur killed because he's not smart enough to not go with you.
Thank you.
He's capable enough, I think, to know when the danger's a little too high and will just abandon me if needed. There's
So
other
you have
things
to-
at stake.
You have the gold, so
I have my gold.
right. You have the gold.
Sure.
Just the way I see it is, you get your powers back, everything's great, or something happens and I get
I
some
mean,
gold.
the bouncer is very helpful. He'll help defend things. Be nice to at least have him.
You think you're gonna get the same stuff?
Oh, well,
When you get a new pimp, he doesn't give you the same clothes.
I'm sure we'll find out. It's better to find out.
Alright, well, if you're gonna go get yourself killed, might as well get it over with.
Thank you, Jamie.
Don't thank me.
No, I mean,
It's even out of obligation to your oath or your creed. I thank your creed then. It'll be nice to have somebody to talk to on the journey.
We all have, I mean, you know, the three of us, we have so much in common, and you know, I'm sure we can have a great conversation.
We
on the
actually,
way
we
there.
actually probably do have a lot more in common than you think we do.
We do. We all from the same
We-
spot.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, we could talk about a lot of things, actually, I'm sure.
All right. Well,
What about the two big ones here? Are you gonna hang
Rumor,
here
you
and
wanna
figure
smite some
things
evil?
out, or
No.
Fair enough.
Ruma's going to help the town? Understandable. That's fine.
Sentinel?
You can help the town too. It's fine.
I mean, I guess if Ruma's staying back, I can't just leave one of us by ourselves. So
No, that's fine.
I can handle myself. So. If you
I
believe you
know
must help
we
your
have a
friend-
lot of people in this party who think they can handle themselves, but we've all fallen down at least one time, and can't let that
Well,
happen.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, Ruma hasn't gone down yet. But
Well, I'm sure he has at some point in his life. If he hangs around us enough,
yeah,
That's-
he'll drop
that's true.
eventually. I'm
he'll
sure.
need someone to pick him up.
Yeah.
Even Dr. Watts needs someone to pick him up every once in a while.
Yeah.
And that's scary because usually he's the one doing pickup
He's
stuff.
usually the one that.
And I don't
keep
really
us up.
know how to do the stuff that Dr. Watts does.
I don't
Like
think
I
so.
said, all you gotta do is just pour a little rum down their throat, and everything's fine.
Yeah, well,
now I definitely need to come with you guys if that's what you.
Well,
think.
I was showing my magical flask, which literally turns any liquid into a health potion. So
Magic junkies. This is literally what's happening. That is what this group is right now to me.
we're more like danger junkies.
Yeah.
Let's go. If we're
We
gonna
should
do
all
it,
just be
let's go back.
Shadar Kai.
I
honestly.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
we
James.
can't waste enough time.
We
so.
gotta get going. I don't know how long it's gonna be to get there. How far away is this?
You don't know. You just know it's in the woods to the south.
Great.
Duke, do you know where it is?
I don't know where the ruins are, but they shouldn't be more than a couple hours from there. Maybe 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, that's not too bad. We can get there and
Alright.
come back.
Hoofing it.
We got a book.
Sentinel, are you going with them or are you staying with Ruma?
I'm staying with Ruma.
Let's leave the heavy hitters.
All right.
Do
so
you
we
have
are-
to quickly adjust the encounter?
Immediately remove half of
Don't
the
you
enemies.
adjust anything. We'll reap what we
Nick,
have sown.
honestly, we're gonna be a pretty stealthy group here.
Yeah, actually, we
I'm-
got like
I'm
the three
pretty excited
stealthiest
about it.
people here.
I refuse to have things change. If we
I
die,
make
we
no
will
sound with my
die.
movement.
That's good. I like that. I like that, Jamie.
Oh,
Ruma and Sentinel, you guys head off into the village to assist the Duke and Mila with whatever they need, while Arthur, Darby, and Jamie, you guys head off into the woods to the south. Yes, Ruma.
Before they go, Ruma will again heavy hand on Darby's shoulder. I'll say, I hope you find what you're looking for, and I do hope you survive. I just cannot support this. I'll give you like a nod and then walk off towards wherever Sentinel was.
Yeah, understandable. Understandable.
So it takes about 30-40 minutes for you guys to get back to the woods from the town. It's now about 4:35 in the morning. You can start to see the sun beginning to rise over the tree line. You're exhausted. You've essentially been going for quite a while without too much rest. So definitely on the tired side. And you now find yourself back in the woods that you fought the Displacer beasts in and that you located the Hag's Cave. I'm going to need everyone to give me... going to need 1 survival, 1 nature, and 1 perception roll. And you can decide amongst yourselves which of the 3 will do those.
I have a +8 to perception.
Okay.
Jeez.
I don't.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, you
awesome.
You gotta.
What was survival? What and what?
Survival, nature, and perception.
I'm not
Nature is
particularly
better
good
for
at
me.
any of those, so I guess I can
You got
choose.
+0.
I'm +4 in nature.
Yeah, Darby is nothing. He's pretty much
Yeah.
useless.
All right, so I got a non-natural 20 for perception.
I'll do the survival then.
Okay,
Okay,
then
Doc.
I will. Before you do that, I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder and be like, "Remember, we're trying to live through this
Yes, yeah.
situation and be extra careful, giving you guidance, allowing you
Oh,
to add
Well,
something to whatever you roll."
I did not need that D4 because that was a natural 20, but the D4 brings it up
Ooh.
to a 23.
Big roll. Dr. Watts, I need the nature roll from you then.
Oh, damn it. That's not great. Well, it's a 10. Just a
Okay.
solid 10.
It's a flat 10.
Solid 10.
Nature.
So you guys begin
Those are
trucking
plants.
through the woods. Unfortunately, not with, I believe it was Ruma's survival instincts.
Yeah.
And you kind of begin snaking your way through the tree line. Arthur, you're sort of using kind of the angular shape of the trees to see like if you can edge out like a path to these ancient ruins that the Duke is talked about. Who knows if there's any sort of like actual path that has survived that would lead to these things, but you're trying to locate one. Dr. Watts, you are or excuse me, I said Arthur. Darby was the one with the 23 for
Nature. Or
for
survival.
survival.
Yes.
For survival. So you're the one doing that. Dr. Watts, you're using nature to kind of like look at the trees. They just look like a bunch of trees and stuff. You're just kind of like,
Plants are
I
plants.
think this might be kind of a way. There's some odd shapes here from different things. But Arthur, as you're kind of assisting the two of them with what you're doing, you sort of just out of the corner of your eye, you see these large shadows behind you, kind of in the tree line, like hiding, almost as if waiting, just watching you guys.
Okay, so we've been made. I'll let the group know quietly that we've been made and we're being watched. Does it look like the eyes are, at least from my perception check, can I tell if they're aggressive or are they just kind of like
They're just watching you right now.
Okay. All right, I'll let can I get any sort of shape on what they might look like?
Two large individuals. One is particularly round.
Okay. I will let the group know that we seem to be either being followed or just watched by two what appear to be individuals of some kind. We've been made. They don't seem aggressive, but they're watching us, and one of them is rotund.
Good to know.
Oh, great. That's what we need right
Are we
now.
trying to encounter these people, or are we just going to keep going? We all know
You know what?
Thief Camp,
I
right?
think
I do
I'm going.
not.
Yeah, I do. Yes.
I was gonna say we could have.
I know
a-
Undercommon.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of motion to them to keep moving, and I'm going to try and make a stealth roll to try and get behind the people who might be following us.
Okay, go ahead and roll me up that stealth.
That is a 28.
Okay.
Okay. Arthur, as Darby and Jamie, you kind of indicate to them to keep going and make their way down the path. You sort of dip to the side real quick after following them and make your way around to where these two individuals are. And you kind of hear them rustling and moving throughout the bushes and trees as you make your way around. You begin sneaking up closer and closer until you finally see a pluff of orange feather.
Okay. Realizing what this is, I will stay behind and continue to follow them unknowns.
Ruma and Sentinel, as you guys have been following in secret the rest of the party, you have been made yourselves, though you are unaware that Arthur is currently behind you.
Damn it!
Wow. The two least sneaky people trying to sneak up on the three sneakiest people. You love to see it.
Arthur, do you do anything, or do you just keep following?
I'm gonna keep following them. I'm gonna try to listen to see if they're saying anything or what their idea was.
Sentinel, Ruma, what are you guys saying?
What the heck? Where'd Arthur go? Now there's just two of them. We're out here trying to keep track of them. Now we already lost one.
Should I double back to find Arthur?
I mean, someone's got to find. But we can't. We're out in these woods. Ultimate evil is out in these woods here, Ruma, and we can't just let one of us. We can't split up now.
We must get to the other two.
Yeah, and let them know that Arthur's lost.
Arthur's not lost. I'm gonna step forward. Arthur's
It's
not
like a
lost.
sitcom.
Guys, come on.
What?
Ruma's gonna have his hammer ready and stop like inches in front of your face and go.
Nice. Nice. Good to see you guys. I'm proud
You
of you.
should not have come out here.
Well, you know what? Neither should have you. I'm just gonna walk past Ruma and keep walking towards where the other guys were walking.
Casually following us. You shouldn't have come here. Yeah, why are you here then? Oh, buddy.
And Ruma's just gonna kind of like pout walk and be like, "I can't let my friends die."
Ruma and Sentinel, do you join up with Darby and Jamie, or do you still hang back?
We'll be with Arthur if
Yeah.
he joins up with
Well, I
him,
think
then-
Arthur's joining back. I'm
join-
assuming.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
I'm not gonna sprint up, but I'm gonna kind of like lead the way to where they were going.
All right. So Jamie and Darby, before Arthur and the rest of them get back to you, through your 2 rolls, you approach an old ruin bearing resemblance to a shrine. A dark aura and energy emit from the altar. You feel a burn on your skin as you near it. 5 stone pillars prop up a cylindrical dome. A set of stairs leads up to the top of the altar. All sounds of animals cease. A black, almost obsidian-looking stone rests upon the altar, bidding you to touch it.
Yep,
Well.
this is an evil thing, all right. This
Yeah, I think we
is,
found
this is
it.
textbook evil stuff, Darby.
You know, I kind of expected it to be like person of some kind that would be the evil entity, not just a giant rock.
We don't know that yet.
Who knows? Yeah, when you touch it,
Oh, hi,
Yes.
Sentinel.
yeah. Hi, Arthur found us.
Yeah, I found the trailing party.
It was Ruma's idea. He couldn't really. He was really scared for you guys, and it was just all. He was really, it just didn't want you to die, and you need your 2 best people here, and so
A little
You know.
self-aggrandizing, but
yep.
who am I to judge on that one? That's all I do.
I
Well.
judge. I am the one to judge.
That's fair.
We'll be doing the judging.
Well,
Now we all can make stupid decisions in the woods.
Yes. Now we can all, I mean, you guys are all welcome to also make evil pacts with an evil giant rock thing.
I
Or
think
so
I'm
it
good.
appears.
Yeah, no, not me, not for me.
Yeah. What if I do it, Darby? How would you feel if I did it? What if I stick my hand over this thing, or my
Touch it?
wing? No, I'm not gonna touch it.
An
And-
immense energy just radiates from its sentinel, bidding you to touch it.
I mean, that's your
Um,
choice, Sentinel. I'm not one to. I don't get to make those decisions for you.
You're not the least bit scared? Because I kind of want to touch this thing. I mean, it does kind of. It seems a little
Can
cool.
you not touch it? Can you please touch it?
I really, like that book.
Aneurysm.
Look,
Like,
Sentinel.
if you give me like 5 more seconds, I probably will touch this thing.
Alright, Darby will just walk up and just slap his hand on it without even thinking. Just to get
Darby
Sentinel the way a little bit.
slaps the obsidian orb. As you guys blink, he is gone. Vanished.
Look. Told you he'd die. Now let's return to town.
Rude!
Arthur's
I mean,
going to
he's
look around
rude,
for a
Ma.
coin purse.
Yeah, is he
There's-
just teleported?
Yeah, he's gone. Like, you don't know where he went. There's nothing of his person on him. There's, like, no burn marks or anything. It's not like he was just obliterated into nothing on the ground.
I'm gonna try to touch the thing.
You touch it as well, Sentinel?
Yeah.
You also vanish.
Oh boy.
Arthur's gonna go, Blueska, dude, you can too, and he's gonna touch the stone.
Everyone's in-
Arthur also vanishes.
Wow, Grim, all your friends are dying.
I'm just gonna look at Dr. Watts.
I was gonna be like, yo, I don't even. You can really go. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is as I walk up, like slowly, I'm like, you can actually go. Like, this is kind of like what they do at this point. Real quick,
Yeah.
I'm going to take out one of the wands that I still have from before, and I would like to cast Detect Magic on the thing that's in front.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic on the orb, and it seems to be a sending stone of some kind that will teleport you to some other plane of existence.
Okay, yeah, so it is not a disintegration thing in the middle of the thing. If you were,
Man, that'd be
wondering.
great. The whole party just died because
Yeah,
of bunch of
just-
stuff.
PPK, here we
New
go.
party!
Welcome to
put
my
the
first
wand-
edition Dungeons and Dragons game, everyone.
I put the wand back into my pocket. And like, so,
Word Killstone.
Yep.
feel free to hang out or like go back home or whatever. But unfortunately, I gotta go check on my patients, and I'll just touch the stone.
All right, Jamie, you touch it, and Ruma, before your eyes, he also vanishes in a blink, leaving you as the slow soul person there. Can't talk.
So very slow.
I'll save you some time. Ruma's not gonna touch the stone right now. He's thinking about it, so we can progress.
Nice.
And so you're just gonna stand out there and think.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
So
debating
Ruma
it. Okay.
is thinking as the rest of you have been pulled from your current reality. For you, Darby, and a little bit for you, Dr. Watts, too, since you were there. This area feels strangely similar to Gamar's bounty in its like energy and kind of just the aura that it projects. However, none of the lavish or gaudy decor that has become associated Gamar is present. In lieu of a gambling hall, you find an endless black room with no walls, ceiling, or floor. It feels as if you're floating on nothing, despite the fact that you're on solid ground. A small light shines in the distance, and you can hear what seems to be talking. And it seems everyone has eventually popped in, Darby,
Sure.
except Ruma.
Okay, that's not that surprising. Well, I'm glad we could almost all make it. I'm sure Ruma's probably either on his way back to the town or is seriously contemplating if he wants to join us.
I'll take that bet.
Well,
I say Ruma joins us. 5 gold.
you know, anyone else want to get in on this, I guess?
Darby doesn't have any gold.
I have
He's
gold.
just a normal person anymore.
That's
He
not-
gave it all to some weird thing in the sky.
I gave a percentage of it, not all of it. But...
You guys talk, there's like this weird echo too. It's like your voice just
Oh, boy.
project off into like oblivion.
So are we like floating or are we like standing
You're
on
not
nothing?
You are standing on nothing. You sort of feel like you're floating, but you are on solid ground. It doesn't feel like you're in water or like falling. You are standing in a room with no walls, floor, or ceiling. And you can see oblivion to the right, left, above, and below you.
Awesome.
And a light off in the distance.
Well, Arthur, I'll take you up on that then. I'll do 5 gold. I don't know if anyone else wants to join. I'll pose.
I hope he's smart enough to not come in here. That's
You joined us in the woods, so odds are in my favor.
Yeah, he was the one with the decision to follow. I was going to
Sentinel was
stay
saying
in the
that he was
town.
nearly in tears about how he didn't want us to die, so...
Yes. That is exactly what I said.
let's wrap this up.
Alright, well.
Onward and upward.
No
to
idea
the
what's going on
light.
here, but I'm assuming we probably want to move to the light.
Yeah,
At least I do.
You know,
That's the only way
That's
to
what
go.
everybody tells you to do
Yeah,
before you
walk towards the
die.
light. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa,
go towards the
Sentinel, come
light.
on.
Well, just being honest.
I get it.
Wisdom.
You're very reserved. That's fine.
Mhm.
But just starts walking towards the light.
Dr. Jamie
Alright.
Watts' sense of wonder has been atrophied after hanging out with you.
There's no more wonder that he can experience.
Just walking through nothingness, just grumpy that he's there at all.
That there is something beyond just the natural world.
Yep, I'm just like,
It's just-
And he's forced to confront it. He has to walk in oblivion.
Has to know this is a real thing that he's doing right now.
He's constantly defining his world as things that can be defined by science, and the world is constantly
Be telling
putting him
him,
in situations
"No."
that don't make any conventional sense.
just like walking through, that's freaking dumb.
Stupid. There's no floor. I'm walking on nothing.
Nothing.
Am I some kind of god walking on air?
Dumb
So
man.
Darby, you take point for everyone as you
Uh.
approach the light.
That's my 9
And
hit
as you
points.
as you approach and see what is making the noise, you witness a rectangular object sitting upon a box that almost seems like the box is made out of this like thick paper sort of thing. It projects light, and within the box are moving pictures and sound emits from it. It sits in what could be considered a small living space, a table. In the center of this small area is full of different foods, many of them in colorful bags with fun text upon them. A plush-looking sofa sits opposite of the picture box. Lounging on the sofa is a dark-horned or a dark-haired horned girl similar to Gamar. In an oversized sweater, she lays back on the sofa, grabbing a handful of the crunchy chips from one of the colorful bags. She seems completely unpresentable, with her hair frizzed in wild directions. On her sweater is the image of a feline with the text, "Check me out." A plump cat with a grumpy face rests lazily upon her head.
Well, this is interesting.
She does not know you're there despite approaching. She's very focused on her picture box.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oh!
I guess.
She immediately she throws the chip bag up, and it just goes flying. She looks over and sees just all of you standing there in this void of nothing. Oh! Did you touch the orb?
No.
Another hand touches the beacon.
Oh, there he is. Well, alright, I'll just toss Arthur 5 gold.
No, Ruma didn't go. I was making a Skyrim reference. Ruma's not there.
Okay.
I got it,
I will
man, I
catch
got
the
it.
5 gold out of the air.
Another hand has touched the beacon.
I mean, do you think we just like walked in here normally, or?
Okay, good point. Oh, I wasn't expecting to have guests today. She starts dusting like chip dust off the sweater. Can you give me 5 minutes?
No.
We
Don't
don't really
think
have
we
like a
have
crazy
much
amount
of
of
a
time, but I guess, I mean, it's more at your behest, I suppose.
Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to have an outfit for this, but I don't because it's in storage and I didn't bring it with me. Okay, I'll have to do this here. My name is Lilith, and I am an archfey. It is nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're at 3 of the 7. I mean, at this point, we might as well just start collecting all of them.
Three.
Right.
I'm sorry, 3 of
Hey.
what?
Archfey, not Archon.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Still, Faye should be red flags party.
We just were in a bad area.
My previous pact was an archway pact, that's fine. Interesting though, archway, huh? Okay, well, hi.
Pleasure
I
to meet you,
suppose.
Lilith.
Yeah, I guess.
It's nice to meet you too. Oh, excuse me. It is good to meet you, pathetic mortal.
That seems about right.
Okay, yep, no, this is, yeah, no, that's more
This-
what is expected of
are-
this interaction.
Are you
okay.
new to this?
Yeah, you don't get
No.
many people here, do
No,
you?
I'm not new. I've been doing this for 3 months. That's 3
Ah,
months, not new.
Okay, yeah.
Fair
well,
enough.
And I've
that's-
taken up residence in this shrine because no one else was here. So
That's,
it's free real estate.
that's fair.
You know what they
yeah,
say about
it's-
free real estate?
It's free.
Exactly. So I took it.
Understandable.
Now,
Alright. So
wait,
you're the
wait, no,
orphan
wait.
now? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
What do you wish from me, mortal? That I can grant you power and things that you may want. Is that intimidating enough?
Maybe ramp it up a little bit more, you know, more echo in the chamber here would really,
More
Emphasis.
insults too.
yeah, more
Oh.
insults too. Yeah, really make sure that we feel like we're not welcome here and like
You
we're bothering
have-
you.
You have a stupid hat, and you're small, and you're immortal, and you have blue hair.
That's
Oh.
4
All
from
true things.
All
well
true-
done, Lilith.
I mean, blue hair is less of an insult, more just an observation, but we'll
Oh
let it
no,
slide this
that
one.
was an insult.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, it
kinda-
might
yeah.
as well be actually an Elyssia, but regardless,
She got you,
Oh.
Darby.
you know, Sentinel, this is the thing you were afraid of, huh? The ultimate evil.
A little bit, and as you've noticed, Sentinel has kind of slowly made his way behind the rest of the party and is a little scared of what is about to happen.
Alright, well... I mean, it's pretty obvious why we're here, right? I mean, you should know. It's been 3 months,
Also-
so I'm assuming you know what's going on.
Here is Lilith as well, because I forgot to show this to you guys.
Is she an e-girl?
She kind of has
I
evil
hope so.
vibes.
Or, okay, is it e-girl or eye lady?
I have no idea.
I laid these nuts on your chin. My God, I got your ass.
And Ruma's dead. New character. No.
PPK right there.
And the god has fallen.
And here I
Sorry,
thought no one
anyway.
could kill God.
The goddess returns and removes all of Ruma's powers.
That wasn't very goddess-like of you.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Now an Oathbreaker. Have fun.
So what was your question again, Darby?
Oh yeah. I mean, you've been doing this for 3 months. You know the whole. You know why we're here, right? Well, why I'm here. Not so much these three.
Oh, you don't know what packs?
No.
No.
We
Do you? Sentinel.
No, I did not want packs in the very
we're not
first
even
time.
sure that we want him to have a pack.
Yeah, I don't want him to have a pack.
so-
Really, I don't know what we're
Why?
here for.
Well, I've never done a pack before. You'd be my first pact.
I'm all good on.
I'm somehow not surprised by that actually.
Is she gonna be your mommy?
Madam.
Yes,
Her-
Sentinel. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
This works.
I mean, Gamar was your daddy, and you said you were
no,
looking.
he wasn't.
Say Gamar.
Yes.
Oh, he's my uncle.
Oh, great. I didn't know he had
How's he
It's
relatives.
a
doing?
weird family.
Yeah, it's a very weird family.
It's been a really long time to actually. I'm really glad I haven't seen him. He's really weird.
Yeah.
He's kind of one of those uncles.
Oh.
You know that tracks. That tracks.
Does explain why he wanted to see you naked all the time.
You know,
I
yeah.
tell
no.
you, Bay holidays were crazy. How'd you know?
Well, may or may not have had a pact with him that is no longer a pact.
Oh. Well, that's sad. What happened? I mean, if I know Uncle Gamari just throws packs away like it's, Oreos, just right in the garbage.
No, that sounds about right. Didn't do the one thing he wanted me to do because
That's just.
didn't like the
That's
offer.
lame.
Yeah.
Well, I will grant you a pact if you want one, but please say you want one because I don't have one yet, and it's kind of embarrassing not having one.
No, I do need a pact right now.
Yes. I mean, good. I figured you did, mortal.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Well then, and now if I remember right from my face studies, I must test you first to see if you're even worthy of a pact with me.
Okay.
So, we shall do this by combat.
You're not even gonna ask what the pact. How have you
Yeah,
never? made
we as his benefactors
Look.
like to make some stipulations into this pact.
Yeah. First things first. Actually, we don't. It's not usually the test first. Usually, we make the contract. We set up the rules and stuff, and then I decide if I really want that pact, and then we refine it and go through the whole process. It takes a little bit of time. I'm
what do
assuming
you
this is a
want?
timeless dimension, right? Or are we not?
Yeah, I made this. I'm working on it right now. I've got a really great interior designer,
Okay.
but they're out in 6 months before they can really spruce the place up. So right now I'm just living out of a box, basically.
We can see.
Yeah, we
Apartment
know
living,
that.
am I right?
I know. You should have saw our inn. It took forever to get that thing
You have an
rebuilt.
inn? That's so cool.
Yeah, there was
We've
only
got two now.
Well,
Wow.
I don't know if it's. Do we have that one? I don't know if we technically own.
I
that.
mean,
I
just like she said, when it's vacant, someone needs to take it over. It's vacant, so finders keepers.
I have slept in a lot of vacant buildings in my day, so actually,
Yeah, no, that's actually that. Yeah, okay.
I'm getting a lot of great synergy from all of us right now. This is great.
you are not affiliated with me.
Pardon him, he's rude.
Oh, it's okay. Fays are usually very rude. I'm
We're
used to
aware.
it.
We've been to the Feywild,
Oh, also, this is Mr. Grumbles.
of course.
Oh,
Is he
hello,
also a pact
Mr.
giver,
Grumbles.
or?
yes, is he is?
No,
is he
he's the
Fae?
cat I found in the woods the other day.
Oh.
Hmm?
Okay.
I like bend down and stick out my wing to see if
It,
Grumbles.
it hisses at you and just like goes, "Gah!"
Very
Then-
aggressive cat. Okay. No, this is
Yeah,
is
I
perfect.
can't- If I try to
Evil
touch him, he
in
bites me.
the forest.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, that works. That actually works. That makes it a little bit more intimidating.
Before my friend just binds his soul and being to you
Yeah.
and your undying whim, we were told that this realm you're inhabiting, or the object that we touched that brought us here, is basically uncontrollable evil and is drawing a bunch of evil to the forest.
Really?
Would you have any
Oh.
idea as to
Yeah,
why
you know
that
what's
is?
going on with that?
I know why. I must have left the Fey faucet on. It always attracts the worst monsters when you accidentally leave the faucet on. Just give me 1 second. She kind of walks over behind the picture box, bends over, and you hear her turn something, goes, squeak, squeak, wee. There we go. That should take care of that problem.
You know, I'm
See,
sure the
look at
Duke will
that.
actually be very happy with that.
I'm
Right.
so airheaded sometimes. I'm sorry.
We all can be a little airheaded from time to time. I mean, I'm here right now, so
That's far simpler than I thought it would be.
you know,
Oh.
honestly, yeah.
Sometimes it's the Fey faucet, sometimes it's the gas. You'd be amazed at the evil that can be projected from these places. I'm not even evil, and evil gets projected from this. Comes with the territory.
Yes, most people who are evil tend to be like, "Hey, I'm super evil."
Well, the ones we've run across kind of have been, Jamie.
Yeah, there's not many that we've run across that have been like, I'm not doing
Xantro
evil
wasn't
things.
like, I'm the doest gooder of all.
He 100% was. He was like, "I'm going to do the thing to stop the beckonings for real," and shit. He is very much like that.
I guess, but I guess killing a friend and resurrecting him in front of you kind of overrode all that in my mind. But
Yes, correct. Anyway, let's get on with this new madam for
Yeah.
Darby here.
Oh, you can call me Lilith. It's fine. No fancy titles.
Look at that. That's a good
Yeah,
time.
this is already a massive improvement.
Yeah, when we're packed together, we're gonna be like this together.
You know, I prefer a little bit more distance
Oh,
with the pack.
okay. So let's do it this way. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays will be like this. On Tuesdays and Thursdays will be distant, and on Sundays will also be like this. How's that sound?
But like, okay, is this like I need to like come and report to you, or like we're just like hanging out? Like, what's going on with all of this?
Oh, yes, the reporting thing, the monetary exchange. Oh, so what do you want exactly? Are you looking for like, a love potion, immense cosmic powers, a better hat?
Let that one slide.
Please.
The immense cosmic power was kind of more in the
Oh,
realm of what I'm
okay.
looking for.
Well, I can supply you with immense cosmic powers. At least that's what I learned in school.
Great.
Basically.
Oh yeah, this is good. This is great.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I will do that for you. And what do I want in return? Oh, I can't really come out into your guys' world. I can watch it on the TV, but I can't actually pop out into your world. But I see all this really cool stuff. Can you bring me cool stuff?
Sure. We come across a little random trinkets that we don't need all the time.
I'll tell you what I want, because I'll be able to see and hear and smell and all that other stuff, like everything that you do. If I see something I want, I'll just tell you I want it. You can buy it for me. How's that sound?
Depending on the price tag, possibly.
Okay, well, we'll set some limits. We can set some limits. How about we set a 1,000 gold limit and go from there?
Oh, you think I'm made of money, don't you? Okay, well, no.
Well, you said you were previously in Gapak with Gamar. Didn't that give you like endless wealth?
It gave him endless wealth.
Uncle Gamar. Mom always said there was something wrong with him.
You know, taking the money from his packies, it's always a good time.
Hold
Well,
on for
I
a
won't take any money from you. Just your things.
You said Gamar's your uncle?
Yes.
It's twice now.
Well, Gamar adopted him, so that makes you guys cousins.
Oh.
I guess in a sense, yeah, doesn't it? Not like, I mean,
If you have
Cool.
no problem with your cousin being inside you 3 days out of the week, that's up to you, man.
that's not how this works, Doctor.
I mean, it is.
It's not.
You know what, Jamie? For all the complaints you have about everybody in our realm being obsessed with this kind of stuff. You seem to honestly be enjoying yourself.
This
with this
particular
thread.
instance is the only time it seems to make, and no one else is saying it. I'm annoyed that everyone talks about it every other time, but when this comes up, it's suddenly all.
Mum's the word. Mum's the word.
It's so
eat a bowl of
so
porridge
interesting
my
how
own in without someone throwing a dick out. But now this dude is setting up a madam to be inside him random days out of the week. Everyone's all quiet. That's all I'm saying. It's not. It doesn't make sense. It's not consistent.
Okay,
Say that this sounds all very perverse, and this is just natural cosmic things.
It's also not entirely how it works, but whatever. We can figure that out later. But for a guy who hates magic, you seem very interested in the workings of this form of magic.
I'm not interested. I just can't get away from it.
Well, that's fair. So that's the pact then, huh? You give me the power, and you want random trinkets and things that we find and see.
Oh, yeah, like clothes and jewelry and food. Yeah, lots of food. That's such good food you guys got in your world. Ooh, a boat would be really nice. Or a castle. Oh, I'd really like a castle. If we could find a way to get me out of this, like, Fey realm, a castle would be great.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
You don't know how to leave.
No.
Do you know how we leave?
Oh, yeah, I just flip you guys out of here.
Okay, good. Just making sure that we're...
I have to learn a little bit more as a Fae before I'm allowed to leave my portal. It's just part of the whole thing.
Okay. Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Give
Well...
it like a millennium, and then I'll probably be able to step out of this. Though I can possess you if you want me to.
No, I'm good. I don't need people possessing me.
Okay. So possessing is a sometimes and a maybe or off the table?
Completely off the table.
Off the table. Okay, we got that hammered out.
Yeah, I'm sure these are going to be questions we can work on as things.
Oh,
progress
sure.
with this
Yeah,
pact.
no, this could be a rolling contract. I'm okay with that.
That's probably better.
Does this make everybody comfortable? Setting on you all right with this?
With the rolling contract, where I can, where we can change the limits and boundaries as we go. Is that good for you, Sentinel?
It starts out. This is how it starts out, and then it gets worse and it gets worse. We've seen it happen before.
Okay.
And so I saw it in stone. Now I would be much more comfortable than if she could change. She looks real nice right now. That cat is real mean, and if that is who her friends are, you know what they say. You are who your friends are. So.
Well,
I sure hope not.
sometimes, it gets really lonely in these portals. Mr. Grumbles was nice enough to come and stay here because I feed him 3 times a day. And yes, he does scratch me, and yes, he does bite me, and yes, he does poop in my shoes, but he is a family member. Also, you're a guardian fowl.
So I've been told, yes.
That's so cool. You guys are cool.
So I've been told, yes.
I thought I was gonna get like some
love
dumb
newscasters.
orphan kid or something like popping in here one day looking for like money or something, and I got a guy in a dumb hat that knows a guardian fowl. This is great. All right, are we ready to rock and roll with this? There, what's your name?
Darby. Although you did get both of the things you asked for here.
Oh, you are an orphan boy?
Yeah.
Looking for money?
Always, yes.
God damn it. All right, well that's fine. What the first pact is good. So
A pact is a pact,
pact is a pact.
Gotta get
First pact. High five.
No combat trial. That's pretty great.
The whole high five.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to combat trial.
No,
Thank
we
you for
don't
reminding
have to
me.
do that. No,
All right. No, I have
to.
to test you. It says in the manual. She just pulls this giant manual out of nowhere and sticks it on the table.
Jeez,
It's
why,
like
how do
this
you
thick.
even memorize any of that?
Oh, I got season school. I learned this stuff, but I don't know how.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, that's good. That's good, actually. That's good.
Now, I hope you are ready, all of you, to face the power of Lilith in combat.
Great. Okay.
Should it be all of us or should it just be Darby?
Oh, wow.
That's up to you guys. You're more than welcome to.
He has 1,000 HP.
well, she is
You
and
know,
Archfey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got 9
Alright.
hit points. Let's do this.
You got it, Darby.
Okay.
Go Darby.
It's like, let me get some battle music going
You
here.
know, so far, Arthur, it's looking like you're gonna owe me 5 gold.
Yeah. We'll see. He's got time.
He does have some. We have this trial by combat first. So we're
All
almost
right,
done
everyone,
here.
give me
Let's
that
leave
leave
it,
Swedish
Rumble.
dish.
All right.
Man, I can never roll good on initiative. It is bad
Oh,
every
yeah.
time. I am faster than her, though. Let's take it.
Rolling the same thing every time.
Oh, man. I'm gonna burn that down. A little loud.
All right. Looks like, I believe Dr. Watts is a higher dex than Sentinel.
I don't think so. My dex is actually not all that high. I have a 16.
I always forget it's
15. You got me by 1.
All right, Dr. Watts is over Sentinel then. Arthur, start us off.
All right. Arthur is going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, and he is going to swipe his scimitar at her.
Go ahead.
That is a 26 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. I will immediately take my bonus action to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and end my turn.
Zoom this a little bit more.
Golden whacker, and she just stops the blade with one finger, and you're just like, shit, and you just take off with the opposite.
Okay,
Oh,
no, it's fair.
I
It's
know,
fair.
I know when I am outmatched. Arthur
Dr.
does
Watts.
not.
I am going to hold my action with my arms crossed and my face grumpy, and I will wait for someone to be injured, and then I will use my action to go over there and to patch them up.
Sentinel.
I'm going to turn to Darby and just pat his hat.
Don't touch that Sentinel. Don't.
Well, I did. You made me come in here, and so I can touch the hat. All right.
I did.
And
Didn't make you come in here, but sure.
all right. For the next 10 minutes, you can roll a D3 whenever you make an attack roll or an ability check, and add that to your
The
D20.
D3.
Then
The best.
I will run away and go get him, Darby.
Yep. You got him.
Darby, you're next.
All right. Well, this is going to go wonderful. What do I have a better hit with? Oh wow, the Staff of Striking is actually better for me to hit with than casting Firebolt.
Yeah.
So Darby will pull out the Staff of Striking.
You're welcome, by the way.
Go 15 feet and take a crack at her.
I didn't even ask you to be inside you for like weeks at a time. Either. I just gave it to you.
Wow. All right. I do get that D3 bonus though. That's pretty nice. Okay. That's a natural 1 though, so it doesn't matter.
Oh no.
I did get
Roll
the
the
plus
natural
3 from
one.
it. Yeah, nat 1.
Yeah.
Darby, roll damage.
Oh.
Oh, okay. What is it? I'm
Kill the
probably
cat.
two-handing it, so I get a D8. There's my
Immediately.
almost max. That's 9. 9
Do
bludgeoning.
9 damage.
Yeah, 9 bludgeoning.
So you run up, you strike Lilith with the Staff of Striking, and immediately she goes down and hits the ground and goes, "Oh no, you beat me in combat. Look at that. looks like we'll have to make that pact after all."
Oh wow, yeah. You know,
Yes.
Gamar didn't do a trial by combat, by the way.
Didn't?
No, we just played a round of cards.
Oh, that's like the trial by combat, but it's cards.
Yeah, you don't have to do like a whole fight thing.
Oh,
The trial by combat can be a combat of wits, a combat of skills.
so we could have just played like patty cake then?
Yeah, your trial by combat could have been have a good high five.
Oh. Well, anyways, you have successfully bested me in combat, and therefore we can make a pact together. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Great. Now, one sec here. I just need to go through the book Because you know what they say, C's get you degrees, and figure out the best way to go about doing this. Let's see here. Oh, ooh, so we have one on sacrifice here. So you could sacrifice something to me. Let's see, let's see. Okay, so it says that you take an innocent and you lead them to my altar. You crucify them upside down, and then are you into eating people?
No, we knew someone who was though.
Oh, that's weird.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm not really yeah, this one says you need to eat their heart and then
No,
we can make a
okay.
pact together.
Yeah, no, I'm not that kind of.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Oh, there is a lovemaking one in here, I see.
No, we can just go to the
I'm
next
good.
one.
I'm good. Let's
Yeah,
move
next
on.
Next one.
Ah, here's another one. This is probably the one you did with the Gamar. You have to offer me some form of immense wealth, no less than 5,000 gold pieces. Can you do that?
Like right now?
Yeah.
No. I'm
Making
not
this
made of
very
money.
All right. Well, the only other one in here I think is going to be viable is going to be this blood pact ritual.
Oh boy. All right. What are the details?
Let's see. All right. So it's a 5-hour ritual.
Oh, I
You
don't know if we
sit
got that
on
kind of time.
a circle, and you will be embedded with my power straight into your bloodstream, if you survive it.
There's no other options? Maybe one more in there?
I mean, not unless you want to go gather up a bunch of kids and set them on fire.
I mean, that might be a little bit faster than 5 hours. No. I'm not Arthur. I'm not here to kill kids. We're having that conversation at some point. 5-hour ritual.
What?
5-hour ritual. Why, do you have somewhere you need to be?
Yes, actually.
I mean, I know the restaurant opens for breakfast at 7, but you can get there at 8.
That's not... We have to defend the town from being destroyed.
Oh, well, that is serious then.
Yeah.
Well, I can try to make it go faster. It just might be a little more dangerous to you.
I think safety is probably the best course of action here.
We shouldn't have been in here at all then. Sit on the damn circle. If
All
you're
right,
gonna do
well,
Darby's a gambling man.
No, I mean,
Get your
I am again. Like, I'm going to take it, but I'm going to take the highest odds of success possible. So I'm going to be here for 5
we got
hours.
Snappy. We got to get through this, Darby.
Darby,
Yeah.
magic
Said
Or
we
I
could
die.
wait, and now you want to wait?
Yeah,
I
no,
don't want to
you're-
wait. I want to have it be
No.
not guaranteed, but I want it to be as successful as possible.
Get your magic blood enema and let's get out of here.
All right, fine. Sheesh.
Good
We're
night.
doing the whole 5 hours, though. We're not cutting corners.
No, we ain't.
You guys can leave. I can join up afterwards.
No, I came into this mystery portal to see you leave it. We're not. Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, well,
Bend over and take the enema.
Get it. Let's get this done.
I'm sitting in a circle, Sentinel.
Yeah, bend over
From
and
the
take the
circle, yeah,
enema.
give me a second, guys. Man, you're all so pushy.
I know.
I
Lilith
mean,
starts
the town's
drawing,
at stake.
Lilith starts drawing a big, like, pentagram kind of circle in, like, a chalk. And it kind of is... It's,
That's
like,
always
off
the
in,
same
like, the darkness. Like, the just void, so you can't even see it. And she kind of looks at it. She's like, huh. That's kind of, difficult to see. It's like, right here if you just kind of want to sit in the middle.
Oh boy. All right. Yep. Okay. Well, Darby will just go sit to where she's pointing, knowing not at all
A
if
little-
it's close.
A little more to the right.
Okay.
Forward.
Yep.
Nope. Back a little more.
Okay. My bad.
There you go. Okay, you're there.
Okay. Are we good?
All right. No, not yet. Because I have to give you my blood first.
Oh yeah. That part.
She pricks her finger. All right, you ready for this?
I guess.
Lick it.
Yep, I knew it. I
I-
freaking knew it.
Like, you're serious?
Yeah, just lick my finger.
Arthur's gonna lean over to Sentinel while this is happening and just go, If this goes horribly wrong, you can just blame me again. Just blame me. Everybody does. Just do it.
No,
Arthur,
like
this one's it can't possibly be on you.
like you're 100% serious with this right now.
Yeah, you have to ingest the blood somehow.
You could just drop it
Somehow.
in.
Just
I
lick
could
the
what?
finger, Darby.
Let's get it going.
All right, fine. And Darby will just. Darby will use his finger to grab the blood off and then lick his own finger.
Nope.
Does that
Doesn't work.
suffice?
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, no. Are you feeling okay?
Tasted kind of weird, but yeah.
At the moment you say yeah, Darby, your entire insides feel like they are on fire. Your eyes turn like red bloodshot. All of your veins like begin to like pulsate and move in your body as you just collapse into a hunk in the middle of the circle and begin screaming your bloody lungs out. And Lilith just stands there with a huge smile on her face. She's like, "Oh, goody, the ritual started."
Shit.
Am I allowed to run over there?
Oh, he's fine. Well, I mean, he could die, but he's fine right now.
That doesn't
gonna-
sound fine.
I'm gonna make sure that he's the most fine that he can be while this is going on.
I mean, by all means, if you want to. I don't think it'll affect the ritual. Just don't damage the circle.
Can't see the circle. There's nothing here.
There's a circle there. You just don't have the eyes for it.
Ugh. Nurse, just fly up and down and then just prop his head up and keep him from swallowing his tongue while he's doing this nonsense.
So,
Uh,
go ahead.
I'm gonna use my magic. I'm gonna open up my brain to magic, and going to see if I can see the circle.
You can actually see the circle, Sentinel.
There, I'll direct Dr. Watts as to where the circle is.
Is it like really badly drawn?
Horribly drawn.
All right, well then I
More
will
of a
do the
squiggle
same
than a circle.
It was a
as
free hand.
Sentinel has relays to me, and then me and Nurse will keep a compress to his forehead and keep him from swallowing his tongue, and basically just keep his body as physically fine as it possibly can be.
All right, so Dr. Watts, you go over there, you start helping Darby out in the best way you can. Like, as you touch his body's like hot to the touch, like someone who has like a fever times 10. Like, you're amazed he's actually alive with how warm he is right now.
This freaking dumbass.
Well, this is gonna take a few hours. You guys want to play some cards?
You can see me turn slowly, and then I will slowly turn back.
Arthur's gonna like immediately be like wanting to say yes, and then like kind of catch himself. Kind of a bad time.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go back to watching TV then. You're welcome to join.
TV.
Yeah, I got a show on right now.
Arthur will inquisitively go over there and see what it is.
It's reruns at Battlestar Galactica. I don't know. She's got like a crime drama on TV right now that she's watching.
CSI Miami.
Yeah, CSI Miami is on.
Oh no.
Darby, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Ooh, I suck at these, by the way. Just normally, I'm always bad at these.
Wait. Before you do it,
He is.
I think I can still help with that.
Yes, you can with guidance, I believe.
I don't remember guidance is saving throws
No.
and abilities, or if it's just abilities.
It's just ability check.
It is just abilities. All right,
Well, it is an 11.
Darby, you have survived the first hour,
Let's go.
but it gets worse. It just keeps getting worse. Like if you thought when it started it was the worst, it's growing more and more terrible. Dr. Watts' convulsions are getting worse. His eyes look like they're about ready to like just burst in his head. It's not looking hot. Are we doing the full 5 hours or are we doing 3?
Doing 3.
Darby, I need 2 Constitution saving throws.
Alright, I'll just grab 2 dice. That is a 9 and a 12.
All right, you fail the first but pass the second.
Woo!
As you are convulsing, you let out a large shriek, Darby, and Dr. Watts, as you're holding him, you see like this huge gash just form across his body and blood just blast out from the open wound that just formed.
Great. I'm gonna just try and fix that, I guess.
Start bandaging it up with what you got.
Yep.
All right. Dr. Watts begins bandaging you, Darby, though you are completely unaware of this as you feel as if you're in some type of mental battle with a weird entity or shape that has invaded your very essence. This is nothing like when you did this with Gomar.
No, that was a good old game of cards.
2 more, Darby. This is the
Ooh.
last hour.
Boy.
Come on. Darbalicious.
That is just it's basically the same, but a little bit better and a little bit worse. That's a 6 and a 16.
Ooh.
You fail both.
Oh no!
Two huge more wounds burst on your body, one on your arm and one on your leg. Dr. Watts, you quickly attend to them as fast as you possibly can. As Darby's convulsions, and he's like kind of like partially like floating in the air, like his head is like touching the ground, his legs are touching the ground, but like his torso is like up in the air, like something's trying to rip him upwards. And Arthur, you've just been enjoying a show with Lilith this whole
Eating
time.
some
I don't know,
magic
Sentinel, if you're supporting Darby or if you're watching TV, but we can't
Can't
hear
hear
you.
you.
Nick.
Yeah, you're muted.
I'm supporting Darby. I've been here the whole time.
All right, so just Arthur's watching TV then. Finally, 3 hours pass, and Darby, you begin to feel slightly normal. Besides the throbbing, aching pains from the 3 huge open wounds on your body, the blood ritual seems to be subsiding finally. Oh, look, he's almost done.
Shoot, I was watching that.
How are you feeling? Ooh, you got some nippies on you.
Yeah, not great.
Well, you held out better than some would. I've watched some people do this and explode.
Yeah, I know he almost did.
Yeah, kind of. Certainly looks like I did,
But you didn't, and that's what counts.
I suppose.
Hooray! We're
God.
packed and
That's all
packed
this.
now, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Oh, I have something for this. She runs over to like her pile of food and pulls out a cake and sticks it and runs over and hands it to you. It says it says my first pact on it. It has 12 candles.
Yes, more fey cake. This
Yeah,
is gonna be
that's great. That's great. Yeah, I can definitely motion to eat cake right now.
You want a slice? Does anyone want a slice of my cake?
I'll take up.
It's chocolate with white frosting.
Why not?
I'll take
Sprinkle
it.
She starts
I'll take
slicing
it.
the cake and begins plating it and hands a slice to you. And she's like, anyone else?
I'll attempt to eat one, I suppose.
just as grumpy as it was earlier.
Give in to the madness, Dr. Watts.
Not eating cake.
No cake for Dr. Watts. Cake for Sentinel.
Sentinel is really adamantly not wanting the cake, but then he's like, "All right,
It's
Arthur-
good looking cake.
it is
Arthur
good
will,
looking."
give
Look,
cake."
Arthur will give him a piece if he wants one of his, but if he wants a separate
The
piece.
the cake is very good. It's not like, you know, your grocery store brand cake. It's bakery cake.
I'll ask Arthur for a bite before I get a
Well,
piece
then
from
for
it.
a
It's good.
I will discreetly give him a bite so no one knows if Sentinel had a bite of my cake.
It's good, and I'm not burning on the inside.
No one who eats the cake is burning on the inside, exploding with blood, has a desire to eat people or anything like that.
Okay, then I ask for a piece of cake.
All right, Lilith hands you a piece of cake.
Can I have a bigger one?
She just hands you 2.
Thank you.
You know, he's a big boy.
I know, Guardian Fowls are so cool. I've never actually seen one in person before. I have all the Guardian Fowl trading cards.
There's trading.
There's
have
trading
Sentinels?
cards?
Yeah, there's trading cards. The Fays trade them.
Do you have
Interesting.
Do I
Sentinel's trading
have a
card?
trading card?
I don't know if they've come out with a Guardian Fowl Sentinel trading card yet, but they do have all the champions, all the pontiffs, all the Guardian Fowls, And if you collect enough of them, you can like do a cool little card battle thing. You buy them in these packs and you open them and you build these decks and then you fight each other with them.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like
I don't know what
what?
that is, but sure.
Do I?
Yeah, what?
Gold told us about it.
It's a game.
And you've
Like
played
Guardian
it?
Fall chess?
No, it's like it's a game. I don't know how to explain it. It's a game. It's got monsters on it. You guys,
It's kind of like that. It's also a game. Except our game is fought with massive cosmic powers that could destroy entire worlds if you let it get out of hand.
yeah, no, just like the Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I'm just going to nod and agree with you.
Sure.
Lore
I
accurate.
also
I'm gonna look around and be like, I'm not the asshole here. This is a real thing.
No idea.
Sure
what
it
you're
is,
talking
Jamie.
about. As
Sure
the
it
man
is.
who has lived his life doing nothing but playing games, I have no idea what you're talking about.
actually don't
Vaccine.
tell anyone I have this, but I managed to score myself a limited edition holographic Joel Stevenson trading card.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Wow.
ones of Joel.
We will be sure to tell nobody that you have this.
Yeah.
No, because it's really valuable. They
Especially
only
not the
printed
man
like
himself.
3 of these because he was only champion for like 6 months.
Yeah, we'll be sure not
It's
to
also
tell him.
notoriously terrible and doesn't fit any of the meta of the game and is worthless, except it's really valuable.
Got it.
That's endearing.
That's great. Yeah, just like him.
Joy.
Just like him. All right. Darby, Lilith is now your new pact person, your new warlock patron. Couple things for you and the party. The first thing is the party can visit Lilith's zone every 24 hours. Once every 24 hours. But it cannot be used as a domain for short or long rest.
Ooh,
Fair.
that sucks.
Okay.
You get a few boons, as she is not just Darby's patron, but she also serves as a general party patron. Because she's an archfey, she has a wide amount of connections and knowledges. So you can ask her questions, and she can answer or possibly find out. She can identify most magical items,
Ooh.
and may provide side quests in the future.
Well, all right.
Nice.
For you specifically, Darby,
All of your powers are now cat themed.
sort of.
Oh, boy.
You now have an ability called Bouncer of Chaos. Whenever you need to roll for your Shadow Bouncer, you're going to roll a d4. On an odd roll, you will summon the Shadow Bouncer, which will effectively work the exact same way, Chaos Bouncer, which will effectively work the exact same way as your Shadow Bouncer, except he gains an additional 1d4 of damage per attack.
Okay. It's pretty good. I'll have to mark that.
Nope.
I'll do that in a little bit. I can remember that for now.
All right. Looks like we're all set here. We got a pact. I made some great friends. Mr. Grumbles hasn't pooped on my head, and we're ready to go. Where do you guys need to go?
If you could move us to Grutters, that'd be fantastic.
Actually, that'd be
Oh,
that'd be
sure.
It just goes right to Grutters.
That's easy. Just
Actually,
Everyone-
no, outside, back out to the.
Oh
the
yeah,
front.
yeah. We don't. Yeah, Big Man's not here.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Oh yeah.
We don't wanna
Also,
leave, we don't want to leave
Gold-
room.
gold.
That's right.
Gold, Arthur. Gold.
Huh?
We made a bet. He never showed up.
Oh.
You think
Right.
I'd forget a bet even through all of that? No, I never
you're
forget
good.
a bet.
I'm a man of my word. If nothing else, I'll hand you 5 gold.
Ooh,
Thank
are you a gambling man, Darby?
Of course.
I also love gambling.
Well, we might get along quite well then.
Like, I bet you 5 potato chips that you can't guess what number I'm thinking of.
And you're probably right.
Wow, I guess for a gambling man, I guess he doesn't like to take his bets because he's chicken. He's more chicken than the Guardian Fowl
No,
here.
See,
Not
it's an
a
unwinnable bet.
not a
There's no way I
chicken.
could win that.
We all
Exactly.
say not a chicken.
That's-
and-
It's just
why I
for
didn't
4
take it.
potato chips.
You think I have potato chips?
I mean,
On
you
me
could get
right now?
potato chips.
I don't know
We'll
if
call
I
it a
can.
potato OU.
Look, I just got out of a massive amount of debt with a patron. I don't need another one putting me in debt right away. Okay.
Wow. Some gambler, I guess. Must be a loser.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. Huh.
Well, it's been fun, Darby's
has
new
been.
madam. There's a lot of.
It was nice
people
to
who
meet
are
all of you. I
shy.
hope you guys will visit soon. I get really lonely here.
I'm sure we'll find plenty of excuses to come here.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Mr. Grumbles will be more house trained then.
Well, hopefully he'll be less bitey by then too.
That would also be wonderful. All right. And with that, as you guys all gather together, no door appears. You just fall through the floor
That's fun.
in this like weird, like free falling feeling. And Ruma, it's been 3 hours that your party has been gone. What have you done in this time?
I would have waited about an hour and then walked back to town after transcribing a letter that says, "You died, if not, at town." And then it's dash rumor wraith snowhammer Karethixathi. he would have went back to town.
All right, Rumor's back at town, so you guys just get yeeted out of the obsidian ball back at the altar.
So is the ball still there?
No, it is disappeared.
Interesting. Well, no idea how we're supposed to ever commune back with her, but we'll figure that out when the time comes.
Oh, look. It seems Ruma left us a letter. I'm going to grab the letter. And it's written terribly, so I can't read it.
I'll grab it
Wait,
because
You
I
know
can
what?
read
He
under
thinks-
comment.
He thinks we died. I was just kidding. He thinks we died, and he went back to town.
Oh, well, we could have just had her taken us to town, but no, whatever.
Yeah, well, you know what?
It is now about 9 a.m.
Oh boy.
The sun's up. Look at that.
Yeah, well, it's daytime. Okay, well, we should
Well.
probably
Darby got his fix.
Yep.
Yep.
I am back to 100.
Let's see that no card trick.
I will flip the Eldritch Blast out. And I don't know if
Eldritch Blast comes out, but now all of your cards are cat themed.
Oh, great. It's the Ace of Calicos now. Alright.
I love it so much.
This is going to be interesting.
Mr. Grumbles is just plastered right on the card, glaring at you.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
He's in various outfits.
Yes, he's like the king, the queen, the jack. He's all the
Oh,
different like
wow.
royalty.
Different outfits.
Oh, that's
Cat
fantastic.
paws on all of the number cards.
Yep,
There you go.
Oh, boy.
New Elyssia merch.
yep. There you go. Make it so, Brendan.
New from the Elyssia merch store, the Mr. Grumbles deck of cards.
There you go.
Lilith and Mr. Grumbles, the mascots of the
That'll be our
campaign.
first monetization in the real world. We'll sell decks of cards with Mr. Grumbles on them.
Well, that's interesting. That's what takes some getting used to.
All right, back to town with the lot.
We'll
Back
walk
to
the
town.
3 hours back into town.
Yep, you leave the ruins. Doesn't quite take 3 hours to get back. It takes about an hour and a half to 2. But it's just before noon when you arrive. Ruma, if you've been helping, which is what I'm assuming you have been doing, the Duke has kind of been outfitting the people with weapons and stuff, with Boris serving as like the commander of these people,
Oh,
because
boy.
the Duke's just super into the fact that he's got like a son-in-law or future son-in-law, and they realize they have a ton in common, and now he's just like best buddies with him.
You know,
So you've been helping out there.
glad they're able to work together.
Wow.
finally.
What a change of events.
Yeah. Complete 180 from 2 days ago.
You guys arrive back in Grutters, and you see kind of everyone gearing up for the inevitable attack.
I will seek out Ruma to let him know that we did not die.
A bit of see a nerd.
Yeah, well, we're here now.
Hello.
See you, nerds.
Again, we're
We're
back.
back again.
Hello.
The internet is being real dumb today. Love to
Well,
see that.
bye.
We're gonna cut it early with all the fun technical issues. Anyways, you kind of I think reached a really good breaking point with the party heading back to Grutters, reconnecting with Ruma, Darby having gained back his powers, and with the battle for Grutters slowly on the horizon. So we will pick up next week. Remind me, Darby, with Lilith going to ask you a question.
Yes. Yes.
Lilith
I
will
try
ask
to
you a
remember.
question.
Yes.
And
I
Ruma
will-
won't
Remember
be
that.
there.
Write it down. I won't remember because I'm the DM. They don't pay me.
Ruma will be there physically, but not mentally.
Correct.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, it looks like possible Ruma will not be joining us next week. I may be controlling his character for either the whole session or a little bit of the session. And then as a heads up to all of our fantastic loyal fans, if you cannot tell, I have a zillion boxes behind me. I am moving. So hopefully August 8th you will see me in a new office. But we may not be playing August 8th if I'm not able to get everything set up that I need to get set up. And then we will definitely not be playing August 15th. So 100% no on August 15th and a 75% play August 8th. But we'll let you know when we get there, sooner. Might be a
Yeah.
last minute thing because it'll really depend on if I can get everything working.
And get your internet set
Yeah.
up and built.
I believe in
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, and all that stuff.
You can do it.
All the setup
I'm
things.
planning on working from home Monday, so
Getting your
If it
bill,
ain't
getting your
working, I got-
bill transferred for the internet and stuff may take a little while. So hopefully you can get
Yeah.
you up and running.
well, usually, yeah, I'm going to talk to my provider next weekend. But when I did it last time, it was just like launch it this day, Jeeves, and they,
Yeah.
fired it through.
That's true.
All right, well, sign off then, everyone. Y'all have a
Take care,
good night.
guys.
Enjoy
Adios.
soon cat murder.
Okay. I think I cut something off there, but that's fine. Real quick, ending stuff.